Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. Tonight we bring you round 17, the penultimate round this season of the Racetech V8ESC Cup, brought to you live from a very, very dark Le Mans. Second time we've been here recently. In the booth with me tonight, I have Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening all.
I have on time, believe it or not, Mr. Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening. I set a couple alarms so I'd be here on time.
And doing the cameras and all the magic in the background, it's Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
So tonight, folks, we have a 2-hour endurance race for you. These type of races, you can gain the maximum points more than any other race in this championship. And a lot of the drivers need the points because Johnny Brandon has got a very healthy lead. We're just about to, or we've just started our 30-minute qualifying session because it's extra time for the qualifying because it's a very, very long lap. Pete, Le Mans again. Do we talk about your HBD experience, or do you think people have had enough of that by now?
You've got 2 hours to remind folks of that, so we'll leave that for later, shall we?
Okay, so tell us the good points about this track.
Well, it's one of the fastest tracks you'll see anywhere in the world. It's a drafting heaven. You only need to get in the slipstream of about 1.5 seconds, and by the time you get to the end of some of these straights, you are well beyond the car in front of you, almost several cars. If you get a double toe, it's immense. I've heard varying different rumours about driving down the middle of these straights because it is a cambered road, it's normal road, and some people say it'll damage the bottom of your car if you've got very, very low ride height. Others say it speeds up your car because it acts like another level of downforce. So it'll be interesting to see what tactics these guys use. It is a very, very incident-heavy track. There's lots of places you can pick up incident points, so I think people may end up getting the occasional drive-through in 2 hours, especially in these cars. They're beasts to handle. Everybody will be running the lowest downforce they can handle, and it's very much about who can brake the latest and who can get on the gas the earliest and stay smooth around this track.
And you know, what would you say is the main? I suppose it depends on what seat you're sitting in, doesn't it? I was going to say, you know, is the draft also a downside to the track? I suppose it is if you're at the front and you're trying to get away, but if you're the chaser rather than the chased, then you know, the draft is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that draft keeps the field together generally as well. I don't think you'll see any one individual disappear off into the distance this time, or if they do, that might be the last time you see them, I guess, because once they've broken that gap and they are particularly outstandingly fast, they may get away, I suppose.
Yeah, like you say, once you lose the toe, you're relying on the car that you're chasing, aren't you, to make a mistake or get held up in traffic or a botched pit stop or something like that. So let's just have a quick look on the chat. So evening to Alan 2, Ryan Walker. Why is Ryan Walker in the chat? Is he not racing? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's all right. That must have been before we started.
Yeah, I've just noticed that I've managed to register for the race, even though I definitely went through on the watch screen.
Excellent.
Excellent, yeah.
Oh, good. Maybe you can get right out there, Pete.
No, I think I'm definitely going to come last. If I joined or if I didn't, it would be the same.
Who else have we got in the chat? So we've got Abdul Al Amri, and I must thank him for sharing his reaction to the anus old car last night. I did have tears laughing at his face. That was very, very good. He obviously didn't have the paint pack downloaded on Wednesday.
No, definitely not.
Stacey's with us tonight as well. So, yeah, people are filling up. Bill, right, let's go to you. Your thoughts about Le Mans?
Okay, you know, it's a world, as we all know, it's a world famous track for the 24-hour Le Mans, and you know, I respect it for that. And I never really thought much of this track. However, I've kind of changed my tune. We've seen a lot of really good racing on this track I never expected to see. Pete mentioned the draft, very important here. And the thing I always wondered is if they run in a, let's say a guy breaks out a Marco, what the hell's his name? You know, our Marco Namela.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, too many Marcos. But anyway,
Kimmy.
Yeah, Kimmy, that's right. If he breaks out, you know, way ahead, if you get a couple cars together and run in a draft, can you run fast enough to chase him down or not? I've always been curious about that because, as you know, in NASCAR, that's what they do to catch somebody that's going way out is to get a big, well, not a long line, maybe 4 or 5 cars together. And as they draft together, they go faster than the single car can. I always wondered if the front guy can speed.
I think the answer to your question is yes, Bill, but it relies on those people doing the chasing to work as a team.
Yeah, well, we know that.
As soon as they go side by side, they lose time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, I was just going to say also, not many people will work together like that. So I guess the point is moot. But anyway, we've had some pretty decent battles here. We've had some pretty decent races that have really surprised me and turned out really great. Now I kind of like the track. I think I always thought it was for the really fast cars, but not true. I mean, you know, V8 Supers are not a really slow car, but as we know, they're limited by tires and, you know, it doesn't have the best, what should I say, it doesn't go through the air really nicely compared to some of the vehicles that they put out here. So, but it really gives a good performance, and we've seen some good ones here, and I think this is going to be a good one too. But I think it's going to take some patience, and hope, you know. But you know, we have the typical guys that want to win it on the first turn and stuff like that. So, well, it remains to be seen. But I think it's going to be pretty decent.
Yeah, I must admit, I tend to find that with Le Mans and probably because of the draft, it's some of the longer tracks. You can get, you know, a field of 20 cars all on separate pieces of track and a bit split up. But I think because of the 3 long or long couple of long straights here, there's that draft to keep up with people, so you always tend to get a battle pack. Do you find that, Pete?
If I was paying attention to what you're asking, I'd say yes or no. What was the question?
Say yes, Pete.
Yes, Pete.
Excellent. Okay, so that's that one answered. Chris Jackson is now on the chat. I don't know whether Chris is racing tonight or... Well,
he seemed to go out there for a while practice, and I was on pretty early watching, and he actually had the second fastest time in practice, and but he disconnected, so I have a feeling he's not racing.
Right, okie dokie. So obviously Mary's caught him, and he's been banned from his rig again.
Yeah, she must have come home or something.
Yeah, he was trying a sneaky one. Yeah, so Pete, what we were saying was the draft on a bigger track. You know, you can get 20 cars, and they can all be in theory separate parts of the track. But Le Mans, because of the long straights and the amount of them, there always seems to be a battle pack because it's very hard to drop somebody.
Yeah, and it's a bit like Bill was saying before. Unintentionally, people stay together on this particular circuit for that drafting reason. You're almost... I'm certain there are people who look at overtaking the guy at the front of the pack and then go, you know what, no, I'll just stay here and save fuel. And then that backs up a load of other people behind them. And then you get those strings of battles that go on. And it is a tactic. Saving fuel around here is a tactic.
Certainly.
I'm not sure whether saving fuel around here is an option tonight. It's a 2-hour race. I don't know how many hours you have to add into the mix before fuel saving becomes a bonus to you. But I suppose we're about to find out, because there's some fuel saving people in here. No Michael Taliancic and his water-powered car, but but I think someone might try it. Someone will definitely sit in somebody else's draft. And it'd be nice to see groups of people, groups of drivers, pairing up really, or grouping up and sharing that draft and dragging in anybody that tries to get away. A bit like, on the Tour de France when someone gets away from the peloton and they all go, we're not having any of that, and they get after him. It'd be good to see some of those sort of tactics going on. I don't think you will, because each one of these guys wants to win all on their own.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're still having troubles getting the standings onto the broadcast. So I will just talk you through the top 5 in each of our little championships. Obviously, for the viewers, if you want to see them, go to www.v8ESC.com, click on the standings tab, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm about to tell you. So, in the Racetech Cup, which is the main championship, Johnny Brandon leads the way on 2,970 points. Second is Wayne Sanderson with 2,711. Third is Marco Namela with 2,654. Steve LaValle is fourth, 2,637, and Rich Warmingham is fifth with 2,597. In the team championship, XVR Sim Racing currently lead the way with 5,805 points. XVR Sim Racing Black in second with 5,378. Never Quit Racing A in third with 4,409. Racecraft Esports in fourth with 3,847. And Never Quit Racing B in fifth with 2,973. The Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, which you score a point every time you make up a position at the end of the race from your starting position. Currently, Johnny Brandon is way out in front with 80. Marco Namela second with 50. Wayne Sanderson third with 39. Jamie Wilson fourth with 33. And Rich Warmingham also has 33 in fifth place. And then we do a Safe Driver Award, which is calculated on an incidents per corner ratio. And drivers, they have to take part in at least 9 rounds to be considered in the championship. So
Pete's not in this one?
Most definitely not. So leading the way at the moment is Steve LaValle. In second place is Wayne Sanderson. Third is Marco Lewert. Fourth is Rich Warmingham. And fifth is Johnny Brandon. So that is all of our standings. Now, one other thing we have to mention tonight, and I'm fairly sure in the 9 seasons that we've been going, this hasn't happened before, but we have a father and son on the same track. And no, that's not Pete Bingham and Tony Kloosterman. It is Andrew and Christopher Hoffman. So we wait with bated breath to see who is the quickest Hoffman and who's going to have bragging rights for a couple of weeks. Could be interesting, Bill, if those two guys are on the same piece of track at the same time. It would be very tempting to go, oh, sorry, old man, I didn't see you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope we don't have to judge that if there's any kind of a protest, because that could be tough.
And Pete, it is it is going to be. I really do hope that they meet somewhere on track. It's just to see what the shall we say the family rivalry is.
Yeah, I've always been told never work with animals or family. So if it does come to that, then I don't think that the Sunday dinner tomorrow is going to be a very vocal affair. I think there'll be lots of silence in the Hoffman house. One thing to note, there's a whole load of XVR cars all drafting one another down these straights. I think there's 4 in a line here.
Yeah, which is what you need to do in quali.
Have to.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh dear, hilarious.
Oh, well, there's one that's not in the train anymore, Steve LaValle.
Steve LaValle decided to spin out.
Yeah, he's been
So let's have a look. We are currently halfway through quali. Marco Namela sits on provisional pole. His teammate Richard Alsop second. And then we've got the XVR train. We've got Johnny Brandon, Steve LaValle, Tyler Newitt, Wayne Sanderson. Then Tony Kloosterman, Lame O'Connor, Nikolai Bogotyrev, and Jamie Wilson rounds out the top 10. Christopher Hoffman has just put a lap in 11th, and nobody else seems to have set a time. So I think Ryan Walker has said that he's starting in the pit lane. Whether the other guys are planning on that or whether they just can't get a clean lap in, we'll have to wait and see.
It can be very difficult to get a clean lap round here when you're pushing as hard as you need to get a quali lap in. If you're trying to get up the board, that is. Either that or, pit lane starts around here. They're not a great idea, are they? Because you're already way behind the pack. And the pack can help you save fuel, keep with the front runners. Obviously, you're going to get caught up in an accident if you're at the back and you're part of the pack. But I don't think that not qualifying is a good idea.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on your pre-race mentality. Are you thinking that you can go out there and get good points? Then yes, don't start in the pit lane because, as you rightly said, you will lose that big pack. If your mentality is I just want to finish, then yeah, a pit lane start might not be a bad idea. I think if there's going to be a lap 1 accident, it's going to be in that front pack, and you would probably be far enough behind that it had either cleared before you got there or cars were stationary all over the place and you can plot a route through it. But yeah, you're right. It depends on how many cars do it as well. If there's 5 or 6 of you, you're still going to have a little pack that can draft if you work together.
And have you seen that Christopher Hoffman has modelled the rear of his car on Andrew Hoffman's car? There is no boot lid.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, dear. I'm terrible, Anna. But I think Tony Kloosterman's qualifying position currently is demonstrative of not having a teammate to run with. Because if you look, the 2 RKE boys are at the top, and then there's a train's worth of XVR cars, then there's Tony Kloosterman. I think that is indicative that he's not got a toe, and therefore he is losing out.
Yeah, you're right. The only other NQR car in the field that I can see is Ant Woodward. They are separate teams, but under the same stable. So, yeah, I think you're right. Tony is struggling because he hasn't got anybody to work with.
There's an inset picture of Anthony Woodward at the controls of his rig there.
Quite an advanced setup he's got, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a pretty clever guy. He does a lot of his own. I mean, he made an accelerator one time. He wanted more throwing in his accelerator, so he made this link and rod type situation, so it worked through a longer arc. I'll tell you, he's a pretty smart guy, and I don't know if he's still in it, but those little what do you call them, engraved things he was making. God, they were beautiful. My God, what a nice job.
Yeah, they're fantastic, those.
So he's got a lot on the ball. Of course, Clyde's considering he's from Wales, he does really well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Less said about the Welsh, the better. Funny comment from Mike XVR on the chat that I can't read all of it, but good luck all the XVR lads who ditched me to do this and not the Monza 6 hour.
Wankers. You know, you were talking to Pete about not having a hard time doing a clean lap here. I was watching Marco Namella and Richard Alsop when they first started practicing. I'll tell you, it took them about 10 or 12, well, at least 10 laps before they got a clean lap. I was really surprised.
It's because, sorry, I was just listening to someone telling Christopher he's got no rear wing. Those 1Xs, those incidents, you pick them up in the strangest of places. So usually you want to do a big massive sweep into a corner, don't you? Because that's the fastest route through. But here at Mulsanne, if you go beyond that little red cone or cross over that cone, you get a 1X. If you go too wide on the exit, you get a 1X.
That's right.
You don't necessarily get slowdowns everywhere, but there's 1Xs hidden behind every single rumble strip and dotted white line, and they sneak up on you because you are trying to go as fast as you can.
Yeah, I think some of them are unrealistic too. I mean, when you're driving, I mean, you can't see your own wheels and cars, but you got a pretty good judge of where they are. But I got to tell you, I just don't understand. Like you said, some of them don't seem realistic.
No, and it is strange. I know Clyde is a track limits fascist, but if you're trying to emulate the real world and the cars in the real world take massive wide lines, you'd want to do the same. It's a simulator.
That's right.
And that's not always the case with the iRacing. Sorry?
It's a game.
You just earned yourself, how many people are on iRacing service at the minute? You just earned yourself that many 8 points.
Well, I'm clocking them up tonight because I've already upset Stacey 2 by the looks of it. So,
all right, how was that?
With probably about my Welsh comment.
All right.
So there's a fist coming in my direction.
We say those kind of things instead. We love Ant Woodward. He's a great guy. He really is.
What you've got to remember, Stacey, is these guys load the gun, and I'm the one that fires it. Just for everybody at home, so we're talking about a clean lapping quality of 1Xs and things like that. So you've been watching us long enough. You should know if you go slightly off track in certain places, you get what is called one incident point. Well, unfortunately, in qualifying, one incident point nullifies your lap. So it doesn't matter how quick, how slow it is, it won't count. You have to get a lap with no incident points for it to count towards qualifying. In the race, obviously, they add up. And in this series, if you get 15 of them, then you get a drive-through penalty.
Pete, what you mentioned about the 1Xs around here, it being such a long track too. Like you said, they pop up everywhere. You don't know where they all are until you hit one.
Neither one just here. So this is Red Hill Corner. This is the beginning of the fastest area of the track. We'll stick with Marco hopefully for this lap. He's on a fast one. Let's see what he does down here. So this is the KFC Straight, as it's known now, because the stash pulled over in his BMW last weekend to get his dinner. So Marco's staying left, so he's staying away from the centre. There's your marker board, so it's 300, then 200, and the 150 is down low. He's done at the 200 mark. Dive it in here, lowest gear around this corner. Take a bit of width, but not too much. There's a 1X out there as well. And then back on the gas, and he's run that one out wide. I don't think that was the most optimal line, but what do I know? I'm probably the slowest guy that's not racing. Then you nail it down this straight. Don't forget it's a 4-minute lap round here. So to Clyde's point a minute ago, you pick up a 1X on the last turn and you just wasted 3 minutes of your life that you're not getting back. That's very, very optimistic. No, Marco then. Oops. And that's how easy that is, folks. Because honestly, the disturbance in this car, because you are running with no downforce or as little as you can. Any disturbance like that, it's hard to get it back, isn't it, Clive?
Yeah, and you're going that quick into the braking zones.
Very fast.
The car it just gets unsettled, and there's no saving it. It is how easy it is. Although I would say, in quali, guys are probably running high pressures, low wing, minimum amount of fuel. So the car is going quicker than it's going to go in the race. And people tend to be a little bit more reserved in the race because they know it's a 2-hour race. There's no point getting the fastest lap on lap 1 and then binning in at the end because you're going to score rubbish points for the race.
That's where I'm getting it wrong, is it? Is that all I've got to do? But no, I suppose I was a bit wrong a minute ago, wasn't I, Bill? Because I said that's 3 minutes of your life you're not getting back. Well, it's not, is it? Because it's a 4-minute outlap as well.
That's right. That's right. Another thing, if you noticed, when just before Marco did a header into that barrier there, he was going 290 kilometers just before that. I mean, that is fast, man, to recover from something like that.
Nicole Foggy has just put himself in provisional second and split up the RKE party.
I saw his name hanging down the bottom. I wondered if he was going to compete at all, to be honest with you. I thought he might be out here just practicing with the boys or something.
He likes these long races, though, doesn't he? He's amazing around Bathurst. We've seen him around Spa before, doing exceptionally well, and I think he'll be very, very handy around Le Mans.
I have to tell you, if we could get Nicolo Foggy in a real supercar, I think he could give Shane Van Gisbergen a real run for his money. I got to tell you, this guy is really good.
He's a machine.
He is.
AAA is the fanboy of Tyler Newitt today. He says, let Tyler win in the chat. We can't possibly do that. We have to torment him while he's on camera at the minute, so that we distract him like we did the other night. Was it last night we did that?
We gotta leave him alone. He's sensitive, We can't say too many bad things about him.
He's got his little cheeky grin on.
He has, yeah.
He's giving me the look. Bill, if I could find you, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, we'll wind him up later, see if we can distract him enough.
Oh no. He's got to concentrate. He's got to try to get right up front there. I'll tell you, he's in 6th place, not provisional 6th place, not bad.
Yeah, we get a thumbs up from Tyler. So let's see what he can do. He's not got long left.
So there is quite a few people with no time. So I'm the first one of them, but I'm not going to be setting the time. Chris Jackson's been on track, I think.
I don't see your name in there, Pete.
I do, on FDK, yeah. It's because I've not been actually on track. It's not registering me. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is probably better than if he'd have tried to qualify.
Done anything, yeah. Ben Cullen has also not put a time in, but I think his is due to the 1Xs he's picking up, going off the comment in the chat. Then Adam Wright and Ryan Walker, aren't they both the same team? One's a red car and one's a blue car.
Yes. Yeah, is that was it Racing Down Under or something?
Yeah.
Down Under or Scuderia Haggis or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Wrong team, sorry.
Then you've got the Welshman, and then you've got Andrew Hoffman, who he's been on track, but he's not actually, or is he? Yeah, he has, but he's not posted a time. So he may have elected for a pit lane start. I mean, you can still do quali, can't you? I usually use quali for practice laps, even if I'm planning on doing a pit lane start, which is usually my Bathurst tactic. Doesn't do me any good, I still crash.
Yeah, quali conditions are normally closer to race conditions than the practice session is.
Yeah.
So these guys get a 3-hour practice session. So for this race, it actually started late afternoon into dusk and then into night to give us a night race.
Yeah, and that's what I was meaning about using the qualifying session as more practice. So in this car, I'd usually go out with full fuel anyway, because it's the only way I can survive a lap. If there's not enough fuel in the car, it's not heavy enough for me. And it becomes very, very slippy slidey, especially around these turns here. These are the Porsche curves. That blue wall there that he's just hit.
You just hit it, yep.
Yeah, that's. They're gonna have to put a plaque on that for me when I die, because I've hit that so many times.
The Pete Bingham blue wall. Hey Clyde, you could have another. Championship, the Pete Bingham crash amount or something. You know.
Yeah. The Pete Bingham Award, and it's awarded to the driver that finishes the least amount of races.
or the wall that he crashes into the most. And we have awarded the Porsche Curves at Le Mans for the Pete Bingham Award.
Well, you got the Wall of Champions, haven't you, at Montreal? We can have the Wall of Bingham somewhere.
Yeah. Do you know what? I have never hit the Wall of Champions because I'm never going fast enough to get near it.
Oh, it's because you're not a champion.
Yeah. There it is. There a wall of losers somewhere.
Right. So where are we? We've only got Steve Lavalley on track to finish this lap. It's not looking very good. He's bailed.
Pete, if we didn't love you, we wouldn't pick on you. You know.
Oh yeah.
We've got some funky music going on from Ivan for some reason.
Yeah, that's not going to annoy everybody at all.
That's just going to put a target on the back of his car.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding
Ding ding ding.
Strong lap by Marco Namella. Wow.
Yeah, and Chris Jackson called that in the chat a while ago. Said the pole time would be a 56, and it is.
Yeah, Chris should have stayed
Ryan
in there.
He said something in foreign.
Too bad he couldn't have stayed in there, Chris. He was turning 57s all the time. Really,
I think it's because Mary's locked him in Harry Potter's bedroom.
He's not allowed.
Whoa.
Okay, we just wait for the session to click over, and then we can give you your official grid.
I'm glad Stacey's got her dilemma settled.
Who's she gone for? Oh no, poor old Wayne.
That's Wayne Kirst then.
Yeah.
Wayne,
if you're listening, quit now.
Yeah, you're done, mate.
Lap 1, turn 1.
Good old Dunlop.
Trouble with a long lap is they get plenty of time after the session, isn't it?
I know, they run on for... We've got another 2 and 3/4 minutes yet.
Yeah.
So, lovely weather we're having, isn't it?
Yeah, dark.
Yeah.
Commercial break.
Should have run that stash video, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
We can sing.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some Backfire Simsport advert. Didn't know it. Oh, it is a stash!
Oh, it's a stash.
It's a stash. It is.
Will do.
Yeah.
There he is, the most handsome driver in the world, with his gammy hand.
Honestly, this music's out of a 70s porn film.
It's great, isn't it? We could have people watching tonight that have never met the stash.
Hello? Good afternoon and welcome to
If
you
do
want
to meet him, then you can
we're going to treat you to another video by the stash, another race introduction, and a hot
you won't find him in Japan.
As you can see on the screen, we've got a sunny day in
He's not allowed
Le Mans.
there.
The conditions look good. There's not a lot of track
Where
wear
is
on
he
this track at the
making an
moment.
appearance next Sunday?
And the stash is about to take us on a roaring journey around this fantastic and historic track. So, if someone wants to roll the film, we'll get going with this one. We've just come out of the last turn here, and we're heading towards Dunlop turn, or the Dunlop curve, and then following that will be Dunlop chicane. Far on the left here, cut into the right hand, take a bit of curve there. There is a slowdown there, mind. This is lethal. You go running wide here. And if you don't catch the inside of that one, you run wide here as well and pick up incident points, which is a feature of this track, to be honest. We're heading down now through Chapel and into what I think is called Red Hill, this one. Here you've got to lift a little in order to keep the car straight, and then we turn into the Red Hill turn. Lots of 1Xs there if you run wide. Then you might as well get your lunchbox out. This is the fastest area of the track. Stay away from the centre of the road here, because apparently it disturbs the car and can do damage to the underside of it.
We're clicking over. We're going to have to lose the stash. Okay, so let's run you through. I'll go for the top 12 guys. So first place, Marco Namela. Pole position, Racecraft Esports. Second, Nicole Foggy, XVR Sim Racing. Third, Richard Alsop, Racecraft Esports. Fourth, Johnny Brandon, XVR Sim Racing. Fifth, Rich Warmingham, XVR Sim Racing. Sixth, Wayne Sanderson, XVR Sim Racing Black. And seventh, Tyler Newitt, XVR. Eighth, Steve Lavalley, XVR Sim Racing Black. And just to stop saying XVR. Ninth is Tony Kloosterman for Never Quit Racing A. 11th is Lame O'Connor, XVR Sim Racing Black. Privateer, Nikolai Bogotyrev up there in 11th. And says Privateer for Adam Wright, but I believe he drives for Team Down Under.
And right then, 13th when it trips over. I have to wait for the screen. Sorry, folks. Is Marco Loert for VTS Germany. Jamie Wilson in 14th for Team Chimera. 15th is Ivan Bowmans for Track Velocity Racing. Chris Hoffman in 16th for Vulcan Esports. Yay. Ryan Walker for Team Down Under is in 17th. And 18th is Ant Woodward for Never Quit Racing B Team. 19th is Ben Cullen, all on his own as a privateer. Then we've got Andrew Hoffman for Vulcan Esports. I don't think Chris Jackson will be racing for Never Quit Racing A. And obviously I'm not racing, so you don't get to see me crash. Unlucky, folks.
However, there are plenty of videos that I can share with you if you want to see Pete crash.
It's weird. He just records them and then plays them back to me at random times. It's not funny.
Okay, lights are coming on. We have a rolling start, as this is an endurance race. But they don't really have that far to go. It's not like it's a full lap. It's basically the Porsche curves.
The greatest line. The greatest line.
Sorry, Bill. Go on.
The greatest line in your stash thing that we had to cut it short was when Pete said, or the stash. I'm sorry, when the stash said, "Welcome to Porsche curves." That was funny.
Yeah.
That was great.
Okay, so I don't think we've got anybody started in the pit lane.
Nope, they're all on track.
They're just starting at the back.
Confirmation that Chris isn't on the grid. Chris Jackson, that is. He's locked under the stairs now, manacled to the wall.
Nah, he's being a good daddy, good husband. Nothing wrong with that. He's doing fine. He'll be back.
Are you saying he's married to Mary Fritzl?
Yeah. That's class.
Let me tell you, having Greek blood in me, I can tell you that Greek people are very tough. You got to be careful. They can be Very loving and very tough at the same time.
Chris Greek, is he? I thought he was from Canada.
No, no, his wife is Greek descendant.
Right.
Thought he was from Canada. Yeah.
It's that Greek accent that gives it away, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So they're approaching Ford now, and the Porsche Ford chicane. The Porsche will peel off here. It'll be really erratic, so don't adjust your sets. It really does turn off the track like that. Oh no, it comes off at the sharp one, doesn't it?
Yeah, we got a bit of a fight going on between the Stacys, cheering on their respective drivers.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that turn!
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Here we go. He's gone. He's gone. Marco Nemela fires it down the straight. At them all. Everybody looks like they got round okay, even Ben Cullen. Oh, that's a wide and Woodward.
Woodward, that was.
Yeah. As they fire themselves through Dunlop turn and into Dunlop chicane.
Lane O'Connor has got past Tony Kloosterman.
Adam Wright taking a position there off Nikolai, I think it was.
Yeah, Jamie Wilson has got past Marco Lewert.
Oh, the slow down.
Oh yeah, somebody
slow
got
down for Richard Allsop maybe.
Yeah, and that can be a killer on lap 1.
Yeah, because the whole field trains past you. Oh dear.
That's Christopher Hoffman.
That was the aftermath of something. We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely a crash.
Here we go. What's he done here? Spun it. Under braking. No. Nope.
Spun it on
Too eager on the gas. It's a difficult car to learn at the best of time. The downforce, and it's a beast. So here we go. Marco Nemela obviously not dropping Foggy. He's fully in that slipstream. I don't think he's going to bother overtaking yet. He's going to wait for tyres to get hot, I reckon. What are your thoughts?
To me, it depends on the fuel calculations that the guys have made.
I think if we were in the car with him, he'd have been well off the gas.
Yeah. Like we said, or you particularly said at the start, if there is a benefit to saving fuel, he may just sit behind him.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll find out by the end of, say, lap 3. I don't think Nicole is much of a fuel saver, if I'm honest. He prefers to try and get out in front and get a big gap, doesn't he? Always a crash. I just heard a crash.
Did you? There's lots and lots
of... Nikolai.
It is. He's got no boots. I can't see a spoiler on the back.
What's gone round in the background?
That looks XDR-ish. Who is that? Oh, that's Andrew Hoffman. One of ours.
It's another Hoffman round. Need to see what happened to Nikolai.
I think he just outbraked himself at Mulsanne. Is that Ben Cullen breaking the... Yeah, that's a slowdown out there as well, I think. Because that's leading into Indianapolis, isn't it?
Whoa.
Oh, that's wide as well.
The back road.
Ivan Bauman. I think he must be drunk because he put a message on the chat before they started racing that said, "Stay calm, slow down, and all will be fine." Really, really. Whoa! Woodward. That's what happened to Nikolai, anyway.
Wow.
That's where the other pit stop. That front engine car.
That almost looked like a take that.
Yeah. Strange one. Ant's usually a lot more careful than that.
Oh, he's very respectful. Something was crazy there.
Yeah. Maybe missed his braking marker. Some people use that cone on Mulsanne corner, which everybody else wipes out.
You can't do that because it disappears, yeah.
Yeah. So into Ford chicane.
In my pitiful real racing career, somebody told me never use a thing that can move as a marker.
Yeah. I mean, Clyde used to. Both me and Clyde used to use shadows,
Shadows, yeah.
and then they
wonder why
the
the
tag in
braking
it.
points move.
Yeah. Oh dear. Terrible,
Well,
isn't it?
10 minutes ago. Oh, there's another slow down there for Richard Allsop, I
It
think.
is as well.
Yeah.
Yes. He's cutting a lot of corners, and it's not a great time to do it, like you say, Clyde, because everyone freight trains you.
Yeah, that's right. He's down in 10th now. And who's that all over?
Jason.
Adam Wright?
No, yes, sorry, yeah.
And Jamie Wilson's kind of in that mix as well. I'll tell you, they're whizzing around there like the race is going to end in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't really fulfill the criteria I set at the beginning for people that work together. There's no chance of that with these guys, is there? Oh, up we go. That's a Tony Kloosterman special.
Yeah.
Liam O'Connor. So that redresses the positions back to where they started, I think. Good overtake that. There's a bit of block on the entry to the corner, which is fine. I think Liam's going to get...
he ran wide. Tony ran wide.
You don't get a slowdown out there, but you do get a 1x.
Yeah, and he might lose 2 positions. He's
Yeah.
got one left, one right,
no,
and he's drifting. He's
don't do that.
drifting.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Oh, dear. And
Wow.
Lane has caught Adam.
What the heck happened there?
Yeah, Tony drifted.
He did. Most definitely, Tony was drifting left.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know Tony Kloosterman better. That looked on purpose, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't think that was... No.
Oh, I don't either.
This is... where are we?
I think Tony was worried about Richard on his right-hand side.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But he drifted too far to the left. So, this is Tyler Newitt, and we've got him on camera just to freak him out. This would be blue on blue if he did this one, which was Richard Warmingham in front of him and Wayne Sanderson behind him.
He's picked up 2 positions already.
He has. Richard Allsop has done so many slowdowns that Tyler's passed him in all of that. And also Tony Kloosterman has dropped way back in order to try and redress the position with Lane O'Connor.
Yeah, I think Lane pitted though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he definitely pitted. Come back, Lane O'Connor's
Actually,
out.
Lane's gone. Yeah.
He's out, yep.
So these 3 at the front are a bit of a breakaway, aren't they?
Definitely. So this is Marco Namela, your race leader, with Nicole Foggy and Johnny Brandon in tow. Literally. Different lines into the final chicane there from Nicole and Johnny.
So I can do different lines into them every lap.
Yeah, sideways ones and backwards ones and stuff. It's Nikolai Sands bootless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably going to go and tell Ant that he wants his boot lid back.
So biggest move at the moment is Ben Cullen, up 6 places to 13.
But nobody ever. I know he's listening, that's why I say it. This is Marco Loert trying to chase down Adam Wright. And under some pressure from Jamie Wilson, so Adam Wright is the victim in that one shortly, I think.
But I think Tyler is going to have to get this done and get it done quick because those three at the front are pulling away.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, here we go. That's a lockup of enormous proportion. Marco Loertz, who's mated with that barrier, is going to... I got stuck in one of those barriers once. He's trying to avoid the slowdown. Massive lockup. He popped out from the slipstream. I think he's missed his brake marker in all that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Adam had no choice but to turn across him.
Yeah, he had to turn because the corner was there.
Yeah. There is a nice handy slab of concrete right in front of you on that one as well.
Yeah.
Which is the oddest thing to put on a racetrack ever. And you have to literally go way to the right and round it, even to get a slowdown. So.
And we're on board with Jamie Wilson as he passes. Who's he going by?
I don't think he's going to get this. Oh, he has done.
Adam Wright, was it?
I'm not sure. Is that Adam's car? Yes, it is. Yeah. Sometimes if you get past them too early on the straights around Le Mans, they come back past you, and you're like, "Hang on a minute, this is."
Yeah, right. You all of a sudden hit that wall, like not the concrete one you were talking about.
No, the air one, and it's profound. You can sense it in the car. Obviously, you can't feel it. It's a simulator, but or it's a game, as Clyde said before, and like disenfranchised himself from the rest of the racing community in one sentence.
That's my plan.
But you do notice the difference. It hits you straight away.
I want to be the most hated man on iRacing and not just the most hated man on V8ESC.
Well, you got a good start, Clyde.
Oh, yeah. I think these XVR boys are playing a cagey game, aren't they?
I think so. I was going to say Nicole is closing on Marco, but from my perspective, this very much looks like biding time.
So what about this for a tactic for Marco then? Slow down.
Yeah, it's a valid tactic, isn't it?
And go, either all three of us can go slow, or one of you two can take the lead, and I'll draft off of you for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't think that tactic is in Marco's DNA, to be perfectly honest with you.
How many laps do you lead to get points, and what's the limit?
You get 1 point for each lap that you lead, maximum of 3.
Is that Tony pitting? Tony Klusterman is pitting. Somebody followed him in as well. No. Just my eyes. So let's see what happens here.
Well, that's a very, very early stop, isn't it?
What lap are we on? Lap 4 and quarter of an hour in. It is a very early
taking
stop.
tyres, obviously.
Yep. I mean, it wasn't a light touch with Lane, was it? It was.
No, he could most certainly have some optionals there.
Yeah. And you don't want optionals around Le Mans. It's too fast a track to be able to carry the pain of it.
So Richard Alsop has worked his way back up to 8th. He did drop down as far as 10th with those the slowdowns. Sorry, forgot where they were.
Ben said Tony couldn't catch him, so he's definitely damaged. That's one step up from me, because if Tony couldn't catch me, it probably means he's dead. Oh, hang on. That's not the line, Jamie. Now then, that's a proper slowdown, that one, when you get that. I think that's 3 seconds or 2.2 seconds or something. I can't remember exactly. Something going on at the front here. Nicole getting it a little bit wrong. But tiniest of margins. So what do you think of the tactic here, Bill?
Well, I think they're both laying back a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if they can really get by Marco, but I have a feeling that they're kind of hanging back, and I don't know whether they're saving fuel, but there's no sense of running out there and breaking the wind and, you know, and fighting with Marco back and forth for an hour and a half. That doesn't work very well, so I think they're waiting for their chance.
Look at this gaggle here. So this is, to Clyde's point, I hate agreeing with him, or at least accepting that he's ever right. But Tyler should have got past Richard earlier, because now he's in a freight train of 5 cars, and one of those is Richard Allsop. Not known for hanging back.
Yeah, and that gap out to the front 3 is 8 seconds or so now.
By the way, Tony Kluseman is he's out.
Oh, he's gone?
Yep.
Oh, that's a massive shame. Did appear to be the world's earliest pit stop. Tony's posted an apology on the chat, saying he was trying to keep out of Richard's way and didn't realise that Lane was there.
Yeah, we kind of figured that.
Thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, it does happen.
Absolutely.
Lane's just been a grumpy old git.
In an official race the other week, and the spotter said you're clear, and I looked at the right window and there was a car right there, so I think it's a version of netcode or something.
Oh, I think it's your spotter knows that he gets whacked a lot, so he just says clear.
Yeah.
I think his spotter wants to go home early.
Yeah.
That's why he's Pete Spotter.
Exactly.
He finishes.
Yeah, he only does 1 hour a week. Don't know why.
Right, so where are we, guys? We're 17 minutes in. Tyler Newitt has just got that done, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's listening to us.
All right, Tyler, good man. That was a good pass.
We'll keep you straight. Actually, did Richard get a slowdown? That's a hell of a lead that Tyler's just got off one straight.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of overspeed though, wouldn't there?
True, yeah.
But it'd be interesting now, with these 3 up front,
Whether they can
Tyler start clawing back some of that time.
Yeah.
Have a look now, it's 10 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. I think it's going to be a challenge because, Richard Allsop is also...
Look at that, wow.
Yeah, well, that's a huge amount of overspeed,
That was
isn't
a
it?
nice pass.
Yeah, very calm and calculated there from Richard Allsop. Next
Now,
target.
here's a tactic for Tyler, if he's listening. If he can't shake Richard Allsop, let him buy.
Yep.
And then get in his slipstream.
He just shook his head,
He is
though.
quick.
When do you get your paycheck from XVR, Clyde? He's just done it.
He did, he got by.
Whoa! Who's
What
that?
are you watching?
Wayne Sanderson.
Oh, right, in the background. I didn't see what happened there.
I think it was Wayne, yeah.
I was too busy.
Maybe Stacy was talking to him or something.
Yeah.
Just gets it wrong on the brakes. Doesn't want to hit his teammate.
Whoa, yeah.
Tell you what, that's pretty much save of the century, that.
That was a good save, yeah.
That could have gone all sorts of bad. Oh, hang on, what's going on here?
So that's the lead.
No, it's not.
No.
The colours of the cars are right.
Apologies, yeah.
The people driving them are wrong.
Tyler has
That's
gotten by
fine,
Richard Alsop again.
Yeah, it was a good overtake that into Indianapolis.
And welcome to the Porsche Curves. Yeah,
Welcome to the Porsche Curbs.
I love that. That was so funny.
This is the hardest part of the track for me. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure everybody else finds it super easy. I take it 20,000 different lines into that turn, which sets me up here badly. I hit the blue wall on the right pretty much every lap, or scuff it. This one I run wide on.
I find this turn right here difficult. That one right there.
And this
And
one,
the next
no
one,
idea what I'm doing. No idea. Never been able to work that turn out.
You need to go off there.
Yeah.
So interestingly, further down the pack, father is leading son.
Well, son isn't driving a full car, is he? Is he going to get called like Baby Hoff or Mini Hoff or
Yeah,
Hoff Boy?
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Yeah, we need a new name. Hoffette.
I like that.
Tyler New is currently in 4th place, with Richard Alsop right on his tail, and Rich Warmingham a little bit further back, but not out of contention by any means.
No, there's been a bit of scrapping going on here. I think Tyler's about to get all stopped again.
Yeah, when Tyler...
That might be a slowdown. He was all 4 wheels over the white line. Maybe not, but still gunning it. So.
You know, when Tyler tipped his rear wheel off there and kicked up the sand, it looked like fire, for God's sake, with the lights on it.
Yeah.
You can get away without a slowdown.
Sorry? You got a slowdown?
No, you can get away without a slowdown. If you do get your white wheels back on the line just before the rumble strips end.
Ah.
This is you can go pretty wide if you get back on track early enough, but you lose a bit of speed, and this is probably why Richard passed Tyler there.
Right.
Okay, well that's good to know.
And I need to write a strongly worded letter to iRacing, because that never happens for me. I always get the slowdown.
How come Pete's car is different?
Because Pete's driving it, that's why. Here we go. Tyler.
We're going to swap spots again.
Look at the gap these guys hold on the guys behind them. Oh dear!
We had to bail there. I think there was a touch.
There was. And they're still going for it here.
Well, he cut through the middle. I don't think you can get away with that either.
I don't know where it picks you up on the slowdown. You'll get an X for that.
Okay, here's the replay of it.
Yeah. So this is Tyler in the toe, pops out, does him, hits the wall of air. Doesn't. Oh, he does get in front.
Almost.
Yep, almost. And then Richard fights it because that's what Richard does. He must have got a slowdown for that, Richard.
Well, you would have to.
Tyler definitely not. Tyler definitely not. But it was the lightest of touches. I don't think I'd have pushed that issue, would you, Clyde? If I was Richard, I mean.
Well, I don't know, because Richard is so good under brakes, and if you watch Tyler bounces, there's enough room for both of them to get round there, and Tyler bounces off the curb.
Right, yes, he did. And he did a bit of fishtailing as well. So into Indianapolis here, or it was. We're now with Jamie Wilson, who's tracked down Ryan Walker. These two were together a minute ago, but I think...
we're on board with Jamie.
Oh, yeah, we are. In the inset picture.
The inset picture, sorry, I should have said that.
No, that's all right. So Jamie had a bit of a slowdown on the first chicane, I think it was, when he had to cut it, when they were racing previously.
Yeah. What do we have
These two
here?
are still at it. This is Porsche Curves, isn't it? It is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd have also probably cacked my pants going through there too.
Yeah, and Richard has more balls than Tyler.
Nice, put the camera on him just at that point, that's good. Yeah, see how he reacts to that. Excellent.
Yeah, come on, Tyler, grow a set.
Dear.
But fine, leave him alone.
Yeah, let's not put him off.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, it's Nicole Foggy. I thought Tyler had pitted for a set of
I
nails.
did. So, the first of the front boys to blink is Nicole Foggy. Is he trying to do a Nemela on Nemela?
It could be.
Possibility.
It could be.
Because if I was saving fuel, would I be pitting now, Clyde? Or does it not make a difference when you pit?
No point asking me about saving fuel, is there?
Oh no, you're a disaster at it. I remember being like 4 laps down, wondering when I was going to get my laps
Yeah.
back.
You're better off asking Leadfoot Kloosterman. Or even Leadfoot Brandon. He can't save fuel either.
No. I think it's because he's got the aircon on while he's driving.
Just say, how do you make these things richer? I never could figure that out. Make the fuel mixture richer.
Yeah, I think Pete's probably right. It's probably aircon. He's got village people blaring out on the stereo in the car.
Definitely. Yeah, I think he dresses as each one on a different night of the week as well.
Johnny Brandon will be YMCAing all the way down the straight.
Damn right.
Or Macho Man.
So, Tyler,
Just buggered off down the road.
he has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, a little
Whoa,
bit.
what are you doing? Oh dear, everybody's out.
Hey.
So I thought Richard was going to crash, and then, Warmingham was going to crash, and then Allsop decided he was going to do something daft instead.
Wow. Well, let Tyler get down the road a little bit, didn't it? For sure.
Oh yeah, he's not exactly checked out, but he's got himself a gap now, 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, and Foggy came out in traffic behind Marco Lewert. He's also got Nikolai Bogotyrev and Ben Cullen in front of him.
Yeah. Jamie Wilson, I think, is either saving fuel or just wasn't willing to push the issue on that particular occasion.
He's very wily, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, we see Jamie a lot in the series that we cover, and I always enjoy talking to Jamie after the race because he tells you exactly how it was and what he was doing and what his tactics were, and you sort of look back and you think, yeah, we should have spotted that.
Well, that's him saving fuel. He's almost.
He had to back out early, didn't he?
Yeah, he's almost a unique in our racing leagues, isn't he? He's a bit of a thinker.
Thinking, what's that?
Yeah.
As in, he has multiple brain cells.
Yeah. He's not having to share it. Yeah.
So, what we got? We've got Nemela and Brandon are just over 3/4 of the way round the lap. So, let's see if 7 laps is the limit, or whether Foggy did just come in early.
Ben Cullen says the rest of us are just Ricky Bobbies. That's good, I like it. Dear.
I wouldn't even go that far. I'd say Bobby Ricky's.
Yeah.
I would guess Nemela has got the least amount of fuel out of those 2 that are up front now.
Well, he must do. He's been leading them round for ages.
He's into the 2 final chicanes. So.
I am intrigued as to why Nicole was the first one to go into the pits. That I've not worked out yet.
Yeah, and you have to be careful with Nicole as well, don't you? Best will in the world, he has buggered up the fuel a few times.
Yes, that's true. Oh, hang on,
Rich Warmingham's in. The leaders carried on, so that was an early stop from Nicole.
Oh, definitely an early
And
stop.
you can see him there. He's now trying to get past Nikolai. And then Ben Cullen, and these guys are well within their rights to put up a fight. This is for position. Even
There
though
goes.
Nicole's fitted.
Yep,
That's Nikolai. Yeah, he needs to.
You think he's
use
going to
his
put a
path
deck in a
prepared.
spoiler? You think he's
I
going
think
to
Marco Lewert piled in behind him as well.
Yeah, Ryan Walker as well.
You think Nikolai's going to ask for a new boot lid and spoiler, or tear tear some more stuff off my car. So it'll go faster.
Yeah. I don't need that crap. Get rid of it.
Yeah, right.
So Nicole's got a little bit of space in front of him now till he gets to Adam Wright. Richard Allsop managed to get back with Tyler, look. They're back at it again.
She didn't seem to have the overspeed that some of the others get. Look how good he is on... Well, I was going to say good he is on the brakes, but Tyler was very early.
Yeah.
Intentionally so. And look how he's just pulled onto the back of Richard again. So that late braking doesn't do Richard that much good, does it, round here? I think, is he going to go? Tyler's showing his nose and pulled alongside.
Coming into the left-hander.
Yeah.
Interesting from Tony on the chat. It looks like it's a three-stopper.
Yes, mathematically that would be right. And he also told me in the chat before.
Right, it looks like the guys are not going to be out. Well, this will be their 8th lap, so I think anybody that hasn't pitted will be in at the end of this lap, unless they've managed to turn the engine off down the straights or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're, what, a quarter of a way finished so far?
Yeah, so anybody that's not pitted will be in this lap, is that right?
Yeah, they must do, yeah, unless they've saved a fantastic amount of fuel.
Good evening to Roman Ratto, double R from our other leagues.
And on Tony's calculations, that means Nicole came in a lap too early.
Oh, here we go, look at this. Tyler knew it. Round the outside of Richard Allsop. Can you get it stopped at Indianapolis? Why, yes, I can. Marco Nemelo under all sorts of pressure from Johnny Brandon at the minute. But I expect, or we expect, both of these boys to pit, don't we?
We do.
This camera angle always looks like they're going to pile it into the blue wall.
These two guys have been around corners faster than I ever thought about. Wow, I can't believe how quick they're going. Grip hacks.
Yep, here we go. Pit stops.
Yep, pit lane.
Coming up.
Yeah. So,
And
the
Johnny's
mailer
right
in.
behind him. Yep.
Mistakes in your pit entry here are punished brutally.
Brandon
by
in.
Eric. And everybody else. Here comes
Richard
the rest of the
Allsop.
field.
Tyler knew it.
Yeah, so let's
Steve
see
LaValle?
what happens with Nicole Foggy now. Did the undercut work?
He's coming out of Porsche curves now.
He's in 9th position.
Well, so Tony's just said you can do a 6 on the first stint, so he should be all right.
6 3/8 that's going to be. So Ford chicane here. Blasts through that one. This is the rejoin chicane or something like that, where the short track meets the big track.
So
And
he's
he's
going
gonna
to do it, isn't he?
He's definitely going to do this. There he goes. Out onto Dunlop, and
Somebody's
everybody else starts to leave now.
Wow.
So that worked.
Sure
Fantastic
did.
result.
They're all still in there.
That's worked so well. He's got a 15-second lead or more.
Yeah, bear in mind, though, he would have taken less fuel because he would have still had fuel left in the car.
That's an enormous amount of time for fuel, though.
Yeah, and the undercut.
And did he take tyres or not?
Yeah.
Do we know that, Sam?
And he's going to have to do full pit stops now, where the others have probably still got a shorter pit
one in
them.
it. Yeah.
But, you know, it goes back to what I was saying. Nicole likes to get out in front and try and build that lead and win it that way and not worry about the tactics of fuel and everything else.
Yeah.
And to answer you, Pete,
Yes.
The tires are covered by the fuel, so if they
Ah,
do not take tires, they would be pretty dumb. So
right.
I assume tires for everybody.
Everybody, every stop. Understood.
And Tony's saying that if this goes to 31 laps, then Nicole could be in a bit of trouble.
Right.
But if he's leading, obviously he can control the pace and try and make sure they don't go 31.
Yep.
Or he do the same thing, 6, 6, 6, 6, and do one more stop. If he gain 15 seconds at every stop,
Yeah,
he could be in front at the
true.
end.
Yep. Well, we've got to put our cameras on Tyler after he said that on the in-game chat. I'm guessing he's still duking it out with Richard also.
Yeah, he's got and he's got a teammate behind him.
Oh. He's taken the alternative route, as did somebody else behind him. Christopher Hoffman, I think that was. Yep.
Sorry, lads, you don't get extra points for doing that.
So Tyler has now got to get back up to speed, and that's after his massive slowdown for doing the chicane in the chicane.
Yeah, so Rich Warmingham has got ahead of Richard Alsop. Don't
Well,
know
that must
whether
have
that
been-
was in the pit stop.
I would expect it was.
Obviously, Tyler's just dropped behind Steve LaValle with his detour.
Something happened before that, though, to make Tyler say something on the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, 16-second lead, Nicole Foggy, reminds me of Bathurst. Do you remember when he won it by about a week?
Yeah. I'll just have a quick wind back and see if I can see the issue that Tyler had.
I'm just going to go and do something nasty, so I'll be back shortly. Leave it in your capable hands, Bill.
Oh, no.
Bill's the boss.
All right, we're on screen. We got the battle between Marco Namella and Johnny Brandon. And Johnny's dropped back a little bit. I wonder if he got a slowdown or something. Anyway, he's about a half a second behind, but that's ever changing. And Foggy's still out there. Nicole Foggy's still ahead by about 15 seconds, 15 and a half. Rich Warmingham now is running in fourth with Richard Alsop in fifth. And Steve LaValle in sixth. Tyler Newitt seventh. Wayne Sanderson eighth. Ryan Walker ninth. Jamie Wilson.
Right, I found Tyler on that previous lap. Just trying to see if anything happens.
Tyler Newitt with Steve LaValle right behind him at the moment. Sorry, Steve LaValle.
Yeah, I can see what it was. It was Christopher Hoffman, I think. Tyler had to swerve to avoid him. So, yeah, that's what that was. Nothing major.
Okay, Tyler Newitt's trying to chase down Rich Warmingham. Here's a replay. Tyler Newitt.
That's Tyler going straight on, and he's obviously missed his braking point there. Possibly still a bit peeved from his near miss with
Could be
the Hoffet. What have we got going on here? Oh, yes. So we go and have a look and see what that piece of track was like.
There it is. Yeah. he was coming along, and Christopher tried to move in the center of the track. Well, Tyler Newitt was right there. Now he starts to come back out on track.
Yeah.
Because Richard also comes Tyler, and
that's where
starts
Tyler
to move to the right. Yep.
swerved.
Boy, that was a good avoidance, though. He missed him. Tyler Newitt and Steve LaValle show.
Yeah, I think Tyler will be wanting to get back to Richard. Because if he gets to Richard Allsop, he's then got a chance of getting to Rich Warmingham as well.
Jamie Wilson. Looks like he's had a little mishap there.
All I see was trees.
There's a lot of dust up in the air.
Yeah. He got to that point, didn't he, where he just knew the car wasn't going to turn.
Yeah. It's unlike Jamie. He doesn't usually make a lot of mistakes, but
no, he doesn't. Sometimes. You're right. Yeah.
Okay, we got Marco Lewert on the screen with Ben Cullen right behind him. Ben's looking. They're alongside each other. Where are they? Coming into... where are they? Oh, okay. Down Indianapolis. So Ben has gotten by him. On the screen right now, Marco Namella is currently in second place with Johnny Brandon. In third.
Yeah, these two haven't been far apart, have they, for the whole 41 minutes we've been racing?
No, they've kind of been buddies there for sure.
And they are tracking down Foggy.
Yep,
that was 17 seconds.
Well, you know, I wonder. I mean, they were drafting together for a while. I wonder if that's made the difference, you know? I mean, they've kind of separated a little bit, but maybe, you know, they have some draft on the straightaways where Foggy's breaking all the air by himself.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe Nicole just feels lonely and he wants some company.
I would guess it is the draft. Nicole's all on his lonesome.
Yeah.
The next car in front of him, I think, is half a lap.
Wow.
Whereas obviously Johnny and Marco are just sitting line astern using the tow.
Yeah,
we'll see him in the distance there. Look.
Yeah, it's funny. You look at the inset map up there, given the position where the guys are. 2 and 3 are so close to each other; they're like on top of each other in that picture. That's funny. And look at 4th and 5th. That must be Tyler Newitt. What's going on? Whoa! Gonna be a close battle right there.
Yeah. So Rich Allsop has got past Rich Warmingham.
Ah, that's what
in there somewhere.
Here he comes. Wow. That looked awful suspicious. Well,
no,
I wonder if
no, I think it's just a toe, isn't it?
Is it? Could be.
Yeah. So Johnny has got no intention, I don't think, of going past Marco.
He's certainly not trying at the moment.
He's in straight away there.
Yeah.
And Johnny Brandon himself always says that, you know, he uses more fuel than his teammates.
That's interesting. coming up on 45 minutes into this. We're on lap 11.
Yeah, that gap's stabilised at the moment at 11.5 seconds.
I'm glad you noticed that. I mean, that's quite a difference from when they first came out, you know, behind him.
Yeah, like I say, it did go up to 17 seconds.
Yeah.
Because Sam at the time was saying, one of his tactics could be doing an extra stop because
That's right. That's right.
if he's gaining 15 seconds or more on by doing what he's doing,
Right.
he can have a free pit stop. But he will be. What did we say? The guys could do 8 laps maximum. So
Yeah.
6 laps. So he's going to have to pit lap 14. So his tyre life is coming to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you have to get in mind as well is the gap has reduced because Marco and Johnny had fresh tires. So they have pretty used tires, so the gap is less important between them and Nicole.
And they're also running front and back each other, which makes them go a little bit faster than Nicole out there by himself. I think
exactly.
also.
And it looks like the gap is stabilized now at
Yeah,
1.5
yep.
seconds.
Yeah,
it was
hasn't
dropping,
moved much.
and now it looks more or less stabilized. So
Yep.
this is something. It could work for Nicole if he gained even 10 seconds at each stop. This could be interesting at the end.
So have we worked out who's the disadvantaged individuals?
No, not yet.
Well, mentally, yes, but I'm talking about racing in here.
Well, just before we go any further, guys, I've just brought Tony Kloosterman into the booth. Welcome, Tony.
Hi, Clyde.
Hello, and hopefully we're going to see if we can get him to stick around for a while, hopefully to the end, and give us some expert insight onto what these guys are doing with tactics and things. But Tony, obviously your race ended prematurely. I presume you was a bit angry with yourself for a daft mistake.
It was gutted. Feel terrible. I had no intent to do anything to Lane. I knew that Richard had a run up the inside there, and I moved over, but not even realizing that Lane was there. And I apologize. I know Lane's very upset with me, but it was not intentional. And at that point, it just didn't feel like going on, so I parked it.
Yeah, I think we called it on the chat. We looked at it from behind. And it really did look exactly as you just said it. You was worried about the gap on the right-hand side to Richard and just didn't realise that Lane was there. There was certainly nothing intentional there. It was just an honest error. And I'm sure once Lane has calmed down and had a nana nap, he'll be fine with it. But going at the race as it is, I don't know how up to date you are with what people are doing, but we see Nicole take an early stop on lap 6, managed to get a 17-second lead because of it, which obviously, as Sam was just pointing out, Marco and Johnny then came out on fresh tyres. They've whittled that down to just under 12 seconds. But is that a strange tactic from Foggy, or was that tactic on your radar before the race?
It's on my radar, and to be honest, I think it's a bit dicey. There is a chance it could go 31 laps if they maintain laps under 4 minutes, 4 minutes each. So a bit of a gamble, I think, but Foggy's probably done his calculations and can make it. So
right.
Why is it showing that he's in the pits?
I can tell you
What
now.
have I said?
Foggy's going for a 4-stopper.
Yeah, he's going for a 4-1.
Definitely, yep.
only way. And personally, I wouldn't do it, but hey.
He's about to drive past Ivan Bauman's buggy.
Yeah, so that is 2 6-lap stints there for Foggy.
Well, his bed is made now.
Yeah.
There's certainly no
option.
change in it now, is there?
Now, let me take the straight section here. Up, bang. Oof.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think Ivan may have got lost in the dark there.
Yeah. Yeah. They certainly can't drive without any headlights. That's something. That's honestly something I've not done, which is a rare thing to say.
You experienced that, didn't you, in an HPD race?
Who, me?
An EEC thing? No, Sam.
Oh, Sam.
I think somebody crashed and the whole front end of an HPD fell off, and they was driving round at night with no lights.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
don't
right, it was
remember
around
that.
Spa, wasn't it? It wasn't Sam. It was Dom. Dom was driving around. And
right.
I was sleeping at the time, right? But I have no. Yeah, I don't remember that. So I was probably sleeping.
Saying that Mr. Wilson is also in the pit. So is he switched tactics now? Is he on the Foggy 4-stop?
He had I thought he had a crash, didn't he?
He
He did, yeah, and he would have got quite a bit. Well, I say quite a bit. It was front end damage, wasn't it? Which is always dodgy in this car.
Yeah, and they just put his bonnet back on, so that's a fast repair taken.
We
Still
were
only
really,
get one, don't they?
we were certainly surprised too, Pete, because
Woo!
whoa, hang on to it. We know Jamie Wilson pretty well, and he usually doesn't make those kind of mistakes. I mean, he really crashed head on into one of those barriers.
Okay.
But of course, as we know here, you're entering. You have a lot of speed here, and once you get sideways, you don't have much room to recover.
No.
Virtually no chance to, really.
So I think Ivan Bauman's back on track. He was in the pits for quite a long time, so he must have used his fast repair on his first stop for I don't know, a stone chip or something. Oh, hang on. There's a stealth car.
Oh yeah.
He's got no headlights. How do you know where he's going?
If he missed the chicane the first time, he will not see it this time. It's
Right.
not visible.
How do you know where to turn? Tony, have you ever driven in the dark like that?
No, I can't say that I have.
Look at that! There's nothing to see. That's brilliant. He's going to have to wait for someone to come around so he knows where he's going.
Well, I hope there's a road sign up here. He says.
He needs to do his on-board light to shine out of the car.
He's panicking, isn't he?
Yeah,
He doesn't
look
know
how
where the turn is.
Oh boy, this
This
is
is funny stuff. He's had 3 goes at turning in there.
Oh, he made that one. That's Malzahn, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Mulsanne, yeah.
There's a big banner. I go through the middle of that one, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure he has turned the brightness of the screen at the maximum, and you see like in full play because he did nail the turn like.
He might be
Yeah,
wearing night
pretty good.
vision goggles.
Yeah, true.
Oh, this is funny. Oh dear. Who said V8s weren't hilarious?
I love him.
Oh, this bit's lit. That's no fun.
I think I've told you when I worked at Date to the 24-hour a couple times. Tony's favorite track.
Yeah.
Nighttime there is a joke. I mean, the lights are so bright. All those lights. I'm telling you, it's like daytime there.
We lose Tony, did we?
Yeah, we did. I was just literally just about to ask him what his tactics would have been for the race, but I'm sure he'll join us in the stream chat at some point.
I want to know how Ben can drive the car, listen to the broadcast, and type on the chat and YouTube
Reply,
all at
yes.
the same time.
I think that's called multitasking, Pete.
Yeah, but he must be typing with his nose or something. Everything else is occupied, right?
Yeah, I think
As far as
Johnny
we know.
had a slowdown somewhere because he lost
Oh.
2.5 seconds on Marco. I have
he
no
did, yeah.
incident pointed out by ATK, so it must be a slowdown.
Right, okay.
And to answer your question, Pete, I reckon Ben's got a typing bitch.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
I wonder if he has one of those. I wonder if he has one of those word activated ones, Pete. You know, whatever they call that program. I forget.
I think it's called a boyfriend, Bill. I think Ben's got a boyfriend who's typing for him. I think Clyde's on it. I think he's got a boyfriend called Bill.
Excuse
Then
me.
it's Bill and Ben. You won't get that though, will you, Bill? Because that's a very British children's program from like 1950.
I reckon
no.
his boyfriend is called Dover.
Don't know that one either.
What, Ben Dover?
Oh, sorry. A little bit slow there on that one.
So, meanwhile, whilst Bill takes his nana nap, we are 55 minutes into this 2-hour endurance slog. And Marco Namela currently leads the way. I think, as Sam pointed out rightly, there's a little bit, or the biggest gap we've seen so far, because Johnny Brandon, we think, got a slowdown. Rich Alsop is in third, Rich Warmingham fourth, Tyler Newitt fifth, Steve LaValle sixth, Wayne Sanderson seventh, Ryan Walker eighth. The totally different tactics from everybody else, Nicole Foggy is in ninth, and Adam Wright sits in 10th.
Marco had a little fishtail there coming out of Molzon just then.
It's not difficult. These cars are so highly powered, aren't they, Bill? That
Yeah, for sure.
just so easy. Fractions of an inch.
So Andrew Hoffman is in the pits. What did they go last time? 8 laps, didn't they? So Marco, Johnny, and the rest will probably do.
Oh dear, who's
another
that?
lap.
Who's that?
Whoa!
That looked
That's
like
Marco
Alert.
Oh dear,
And who was that?
Ivan Bauman's
Oh,
on his
yeah. Well,
stealth
Marco
buggy.
wouldn't have seen him coming, would he?
He wouldn't have seen anything.
I'd have been like, what was that?
Yeah, like Knight Rider, isn't it? Yeah. That's hilarious. It's like the Batmobile, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Look, it's not there. It's not on the screen.
No,
There it is.
Hey.
That's class. Oh dear.
Like the Nighthawk, the stealth fighter.
It's
Yeah.
probably a good job it's the front
Oh,
lights, not the back lights.
Whoa!
Oh no, now it's the back. No, it's not.
I saw it bounce. He must have hit a wall.
Could you imagine flying down the Mulsanne Straight and just hitting something and not, you're in the middle of the track and you've got no idea what it was?
Look at this.
Oh, there's some lights.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
Good lord.
It's ridiculous.
That looks like an alien. 2 little red
I
lights.
tell you what, though, it's evolved, hasn't it? Because not that long ago, you would smash the front of the car up immensely in iRacing, and your lights would still work. And you're
Yeah,
like,
that's very true, yeah.
yeah. It's definitely an evolution. He'll be saving on refresh rates on his screen.
We need somebody to turn the lights off at the Porsche curves, don't we?
Yeah. Surprise!
I mean, I got to tell you, it'd be a lot better off if you could turn off the taillights somehow, too.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, as he's got no headlights and no lights at all, does his flashy lights still work?
You know, I
that'd be class,
was
wouldn't it?
just thinking that, Clyde. Wouldn't that be cool to sneak up on somebody and turn them suckers on?
Yeah,
We'll have to wait until Ben crashes, which is only a matter of time.
definitely, yeah.
Okay, Johnny's closed back in a slight bit. Well, no, still about 2 seconds behind.
We are closing in on the halfway point now. That's how
We
quick
are.
that's gone.
And they should, both these two guys should be pitting in another lap. Probably the rest of the crew also.
Yeah, I
Could pit
expect
this
to
lap.
see. Well, yeah, the top top 6 are definitely coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that could be.
Hey, that's
Flashing lights for Ben. Yeah. Okay. And Marco Lewert's trying to chase down Ben Cullen.
Yeah, I think that was Hoffet in the background there, kicking up a lot of dirt. But give him his due, he's still going.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Even after an hour, he's still out there.
Doing better than I'd have been doing.
Not pretty, but it'll get better in time. Is our colleague Ryan Walker. Seems to be all by himself at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, it's a replay.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the Hoffet incident,
Right.
which possibly spooked Ryan, and he
Bailed on it.
took the safe route, shall we say?
Yeah. Speaking of the Hoffet, here he is.
Doing a lot of lockup, so I think his brake bias needs some attention. Or just less heavy feet, I guess.
Oh, there's a big development.
What's that?
Old Hoff
Yeah.
is out,
What do you mean he's out? Oh, he's
He's
quit? What
which
happened?
means the Hoffet is going to beat him.
Yes.
Well, language is going to be blue in the Hoffman household tomorrow.
Or it's going to be very quiet, one or the other.
Yeah. So, Johnny Brandon in the pits.
Yeah, Johnny Brandon.
Marco didn't stop, huh?
Yeah, Marco didn't. Oh, because Marco.
No, it'll be 16 laps for Marco. Johnny's coming a lap early.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's right. We're working lap 16. That's right.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
if Johnny comes out in traffic, is that possible for him to come out in traffic? It is, isn't it?
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know whether Johnny's taking his 7-lap stop now, or whether
That's
that
true.
time that he lost to Marco meant, because he's admitted he's lead-footed.
Yeah.
Maybe he just used up all his fuel. We'll have to wait
Yeah,
and see
maybe.
on that one. But this should put Foggy back in the lead.
He's currently in 4th, according to the.
Man's driving around in the dark all night.
There he goes. Yeah.
Hey! Cheers, Sam.
That's amazing.
That's genius.
Now
Let's
we're on
turn,
board.
let's
with
turn.
Ryan, too.
Guess where the turn is? Ah,
How the
there.
heck can you find your mark there? Wow. Wow.
Is he going to come in? Or is he enjoying this?
Hell no, he doesn't have to come in. He was in for a long time, wasn't he?
He was. Now he's going again. Where's the turn? Oh dear.
Fair to him, I think he's crashing less with no lights.
Yeah, maybe that's the future. That's
So-
Jamie Wilson there.
Yeah,
he
going
just went
past
by
and Woodward.
Yeah. Jamie didn't pit that long ago, did he?
Jamie pitted on lap 12, didn't he?
He had no bonnet
Yeah.
when I saw him.
Yep. Yep.
Excuse me.
He's off strategy now too a little bit, I guess. Then isn't
He
he?
is. I'm not sure what he's going to do because that's like a mid-section pit stop, isn't it? That's the to your right, Christopher. Oh no!
Oh!
He's sitting right there. You can barely see him.
Yeah, and is damaged again. Quite badly. Look at the steering wheel. The steering wheel's way off center.
Yeah.
He's down on top speed as well, and he's going to have to hit that.
I think he's down on engine, and just put it in inverted commas.
A lot of brake smoke there.
Yeah.
Marco Lewert's out by himself there.
Now there's Nikolai just there. Is that? No.
Ivan Bowman's in the dark there. There he is.
Yeah. Oh, there's Anne Woodward, a little bit further down the road. Wipes out the cone into the first chicane. Or is that? No, that's second chicane, isn't it?
Okay, so the leaders are coming in.
Stealth car.
Here he comes.
Yep, Marco Namela. Let's see where he comes out in terms of Foggy and Johnny.
Well, Foggy's going to take the lead. It'll just be how much by.
Yes.
Is it me or has the stream just gone a bit?
Yeah, I've lost the stream.
Right, I've refreshed it and I'm back.
Alright, I'll do the same. Yep. All good.
All right, Foggy ready to come back on the front. Rich Warmingham battling it out. They're on the Mulsanne straight going into the first chicane. And
It's shuffled up since the start, hasn't it? Because
it sure has.
Tyler knew it. It's behind them both, and he was ahead of them both.
Yeah, he's behind by a couple seconds, actually.
Oh,
I mean,
he got a monster slowdown, didn't he? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I could see him on screen back there. I mean, he's not that far away, but he's not quite in their toe. But anyway, they're battling for fourth position. And Foggy still has a 12.6 second gap over Johnny Brandon. And then next is Marco Namella, who's a couple seconds in back of Johnny. So, and then back from there is about 19 seconds to the fourth place Richard Alsop. So it's going to be battle of the three giants up front for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been very tight all along, though. It's incredible how close they've stayed together. Now we got Ben Cullen on screen with Marco Lewert behind him. Ben is currently in 13th, a little bit ahead of Marco Lewert. Marco's closing in on the toe into the first chicane.
He's been stalking Ben for a while, but not managing to close him down.
Yeah, he just seems to be able to get up almost close enough to grab the toe, but then they get to a point on the track where that is no longer beneficial. So, and let's see. Whoop. Got a replay coming here. Okay, Steve. Uh-oh, what happened to Steve?
Too fast into Mulsanne corner. Looking at that.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Couldn't get it turned down, hit the wall. Oh,
Not too bad. Not real hard.
No, that wasn't terrible, was it?
No, not at all.
At least it was soft. Watch out for any Ivan Baumans that you can't see behind you. Oh, there's someone else going wide behind. Someone oiled the track.
Must be.
Is that Ant Woodward then that went wide?
Was it? Was that who it was?
I don't really know. Who was it that went off the first time? Steve LaValle?
Steve LaValle, right.
Well, it was probably Adam Wright.
And I think Johnny got a slowdown. Because,
right.
yeah, Marco passed him fairly. Yeah, look. Johnny's on the
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Marco had a slowdown, and the other one was Adam Wright that went off track. So I'm gonna watch the replay now.
Okay, here we go. Adam Wright. Also getting it wrong at Mulsanne corner. Easily done if your marker's not visible. Took out the cone and into the kitty litter.
Well, he didn't lose too much time that time. That's pretty good, actually.
No, he'll have got another X on his
sure.
punishments.
You know, that is a real tough corner to judge because you are flying into that corner, and you got to really be careful.
Yeah, you've almost got to cut the inside curb on it, but don't do it too much because there's an X and a slowdown sat in there as well.
It has a good tendency to throw you off, too.
Yes, it does. It really disturbs the car.
Okay, Nico Foggy still holding about a 12 to 13 second lead, so that's pretty stable at the moment. And Marco Nurmella is a couple seconds ahead of Johnny because of the Johnny Brandon because of the slowdown. But that'll change. We still got a long way to go yet.
Christopher Hoffman's in the pits now, repairing his damage.
Yeah, and I'm back.
Nope.
And he's eating cake or something.
Well, unfortunately, whilst getting grape juice, I found a Toblerone.
Ah. Pull your fillings out.
Mmm.
All right, Tyler Newitt's closing on the back of Rich Warmingham. That's currently for 5th place.
Evening to Dave on the chat. Have we said hello to Dave yet?
He's taking a look. He's taking a look, but I don't think he's going to go. Nope, letting him know he's there.
Yeah.
Into the chicane they go.
This is letting Richard Allsop go.
Heading down.
Tyler needs to dispense with Rich Warmingham as fast as he can.
Careful coming into Mulzan. That's pretty tricky. Oh, wait a minute.
Where are we?
Not too early.
He's having fun. Like,
Yeah.
he's still got that cheeky little grin going.
Yes,
Yep, you got him.
Wait till he...
Whoa,
Oh,
baby,
there
all
we
right.
go. Back on it now. Wait till he finds Ivan Bauman's on track or doesn't find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Health car.
Tyler got that done. Of course, Rich Warmingham's going to try to go back, and he's making a move.
Yeah.
We're going down toward Indianapolis, I believe. Yep, Rich
Just
got
let him
by.
have that. Yeah.
That's a fast
Sensible.
one. Coming in there sailing pretty good, too.
Yeah, it's terrifying if you do it right because you carry masses of speed into Indianapolis.
There's a lot more camber on that corner than you think, isn't there? It
Yeah,
just
but-
drags you around.
But trusting it is another thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it feels like, oh, I'm just going to wash out, and naturally you just don't give it the beans that it needs.
It's kind of funny as you're coming in there and you're coming around that kind of right-hander that leads to the left. All of a sudden you get a good view of the corner and you go, I'm way too fast. I'm never going to make it.
Well, that's the last I saw of me. Yeah,
Exactly.
totally right.
Okay, the Warmington Newitt show's still on.
I think this is going to go on for a while. Meanwhile, Richard Allsop has gapped them now by nearly 5 seconds already.
Wow. He was right up the road, too. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Well, they've been fighting back and forth. You do lose some time doing that.
Yeah. And Johnny Brandon, of course, is several days down the road.
Yeah. Like almost 20 seconds. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a 12-second gap. That's pretty much stabilized between Foggy and Nurmela.
It's ebbing up and down, but not by enough to make any difference over the course of the lap, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
And I don't think Foggy's tactic is working.
Makes you say that then, oh genius of Clyde.
Well, he's got 2 stops to make.
Yes, he does.
Lamela's got 1.
Yep.
And we're looking at a pit lane time of, well, even if we said a minute.
Hmm?
Foggy's got 2 minutes of pit stops. Namela's got 1 minute of pit stops. And there's a 12-second gap.
Yeah, Nicole
In
should
those
be
terms.
22 seconds in front of Marco.
Do you mean at this point?
Yeah, at this point.
Right. Oh, okay.
Because you already had these 12 seconds. Nice pass, Tyler.
Yeah.
Marco already had 12 seconds back on Nicole after the first stop. Now that maybe Nicole had some traffic or slowdowns, we didn't really catch it up on the screen, but yeah, it should be double that. So I think Nicole won't be fight for the lead, and maybe even not for the top 5. We'll see.
Right. Well, yeah, we will see.
Well, we
Won't be
still
that
got
far.
45 minutes. Anything can happen, so we got to wait and see what happens. So what you guys are saying, basically, the only thing that Marco Namella has to look out for is if Johnny Brandon starts getting really close again.
He's 3.2 seconds behind him at the minute.
He's falling back a little bit.
So he's out of the tow at the moment, because you kind of pick up the tow at about 1.5 seconds, don't you, in this car?
Yeah.
Well, I put Foggy finishing best finish position of 7th.
Oh. Yeah, because 2 lots of pit entry and pit exit on top of the pit stop.
Yeah, we totally lost you there, Pete.
Oh, did you?
That's probably why we was all quiet.
Oh, right. I was just saying, you're probably right, because 2 lots of pit entry and pit exit versus 1 is quite a lot of time, isn't it?
Yeah. At the moment, I've got him coming out behind Wayne Sanderson. So that would be 7th place. There's a possibility, if he keeps lapping quicker than Wayne, he could get 6th. But I don't think he's going to touch Warmingham, Newitt or Allsop.
So if that's the... Well, unless Sam is absolutely right and he's caught himself a whole bag full of slowdowns, why would you embark upon that tactic? He must have calculated it before. He's not come down in the last shower, has he? Because he's a very experienced racer.
No, and the theory behind it, we see that first pit stop, he came out with a 17-second lead. So if he was going to gain 17 seconds on every run, then on paper you say, yeah, that's the way to go. But I think everything has to fall in your favour. So where it gets let down is you come out in traffic for one.
Yeah.
Everything's got to go perfect for something like that to work. But Nicole might have thought that he couldn't win it running the same as everybody else. So by all means, try something different.
Yeah, true. I've just looked at the incident count, and if it's to be believed, then Nicole doesn't have any incidents at all. So that would suggest that, not necessarily, absolutely, but that he's not had any slowdowns either.
I think you can get slowdowns without incident point.
Yeah?
Yeah, as I said on the VRA GTCC broadcast, most of the time you get slowdown and you don't get incident point on this track. This is something special about Le Mans. When you get
I need to write another strongly worded letter to iRacing.
Yeah.
Because I pretty much always get the extra slowdown.
Yeah, but not at Le Mans, and Dave said the same. So that rule as well. Just before the Mersan straight, the left I was talking about before, if you get far enough on the right, even if you get too far on the left, and when you pick the slowdown, you can pick the slowdown without getting an incident on this one. And at the Mersan corner as well, you can get slowdown even getting 1x. And I think a few other places, even at the fourth chicane, and where we see Johnny going slow and let Marco pass a few laps ago. This one you definitely don't get any incident point, but you get a slowdown.
Right, okay.
And yeah, at the chicane in the Mersan straight, both chicanes, you can get a slowdown without a 1x.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had the slowdown without the 1x on any of the chicanes, but maybe I have done. It's so frequent, I've probably lost count.
You are officially last as well, though, Pete.
Shall I go out and just do a lap, do you think?
Yeah, this is probably why you were racing at 4 minutes 40 seconds in the LMP2.
Yeah. Is Ivan Bauman's holding a torch out the window of his car yet, or not?
We've got a lighter. Foggy's in.
It's fucking in, is he?
Foggy's in. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Lavallee flashing his lights randomly at no one. Unless he's flashing them at Ryan Walker behind him. It's a unique tactic.
Would anybody like a piece of my Toblerone before I eat it all?
No, thanks.
No, I don't like strange.
That's
like-
my favourite, I think.
Not,
Really?
not from you, Clyde.
I don't know where it's been.
I'll chew it for you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Shoot. Wow, well, it's really settled down quite a bit from the first couple laps, hasn't it? Oh my goodness.
It has, yeah. We've still got some very, very close racing. So Tyler Newitt seems to have been racing with somebody intensely all the way through the race, which is not something that generally happens around Le Mans too much. And Steve Lavallee as well, duking it out here with Ryan Walker.
Yep.
Oh, was he's got himself a gap now, so I think that's if he can eke that gap out a bit further. But like we were saying before, the tow round here is so immense that I guess Ryan is going to be on him again by the time he gets to the first chicane.
Yeah, Toby Wilson is in again. Obviously, he's off cycle as well.
Yeah.
He's going to have to pit again.
Knowing him, he's got some Excel-driven algorithm and formula that gets him back on the right strategy.
Yeah, really, huh? Wow. Man, if I had to think that hard, I'd have a brain tumor probably.
Clyde had to think he would as well.
I was going to say, don't you have to have a brain to have a brain tumor?
A brain aneurysm. Yeah, you do really, Clyde. That's true. You know, speaking of Tyler Newitt, it's kind of funny. It seems like every race we watch, he's always in one of these kind of battles with somebody, whether it's this or the GT car or the GT4.
I'll tell you something, he's an absolutely fantastic driver, considering he's only 6 years old.
Really? I know it, huh?
I was going to say who we're talking about, and then realised instantly who that was. And as predicted, Ryan Walker reeled in Steve Lavallee under the tow.
Yep, he's less than half a second behind him now.
And he'll be less than that by the time he gets to Indianapolis coming up. He was a bit later on the brakes than Steve Lavallee there.
And his rear brakes were glowing red too.
Yeah, you want a nice balanced braking effort from front and rear on this track particularly.
Well, you would think so, but these guys still run so much rear brake bias. It makes it uncontrollable to a ham and egger like me, I'll tell you.
This might be Richard Allsop leaving the track in somewhere. He's very fast in. Oh yeah, in some Ulsan, yeah.
Whoa.
Does a bit of ploughing, bit of
Okay.
landscaping in the dark, and then back on the track.
That's going to get Tyler Newitt interested again.
Probably. He's going to have to shake off Wayne Sanderson, who's on him. No, not Wayne Sanderson. Rich Warmingham.
And I really hope that Hoffett rings Hoffman later on today in the land down under and says, "Do you know what, Dad? I didn't just beat you. I absolutely murdered you." What's Marco Lewert?
Did we just lose somebody that was in front of him? I swore there was. Oh, there it is.
There
Ben.
you go. Ben Cullen in stealth mode. It's because he's busy typing responses to us on the chat.
Oh, that's handy when you can do that, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
So we need to make that our mission, guys. Let's find out how many years are actually on that baby face that Tyler's got.
There's no more than 12, is there? Really?
Well, it could be 73. You don't know, but
I strongly doubt that.
Bill's only 37. He's just had a hard life.
Yeah, that's dyslexic, actually, the 37, okay?
I'm only 25 and about 300 months.
Oh. Oh, God, he's going to make us do math now. Jeez.
See, Ben's a lot slower now because his brain capacity is now filled up.
Yeah.
Half of his brain has got Princess Pete in it, and the other half has got my Toblerone in it.
See, again, that looked too wide for
Yeah, sure
me.
did. Sure did. But I guess what Sam's saying is if you get back on track before the end of that, you're okay.
Well, he seems like he's slowing down in order to shed a slowdown here.
Could be.
Marco Lewert is definitely ahead of him now.
Now Ben's back out. Oh, no, Marco's ahead. That's right.
I think Ben got done for track excess there.
Could be. Is this the track sometimes where you get a slowdown and it says like 34 seconds or something? You go, how the hell? Maybe not. Well, I can do that for sure, but whoops.
No, that's Foggy overtaking Rich Warmingham.
Yeah, look like a go ahead, baby.
Yeah, I think there was definitely multi-21 edge in that. Oh, hang on, Ant Woodward. What are you doing, Ant? What are you doing? No. Yeah. Oh, no.
Whoa.
Didn't hit nothing.
Yeah.
Look, get out of the track.
Hit nothing solid, so...
Hope Ivan's not behind him.
yeah.
And Marco Nomella's in the pits.
And Johnny Brandon.
And Johnny Brandon.
Okay, so these guys are banking on it being 30 laps and not 31.
Oh, yes, they are, yeah. Because they
And
will
we
be
got-
fully out of fuel if it's not 30
Got a little less than 30 minutes to go.
Now, if they go out now, then they can do 8 laps. So that's
Yes,
I think
so
what.
they can do 30, not 31.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they're at the start of lap 23, which means they're going to be out of fuel on lap 30.
And we also have Tyler Newitt, Rich Warmingham, and
There goes Marco.
Yeah, and see, this time Foggy is 21 seconds in front of Marco. So
Oh, he is, yeah.
Wayne Sanders is in, Ryan Walker's in.
something probably happened the last time, because now he did gain 10 seconds again.
Definitely. So what does he need at the minute? 30-second lead in order to be...
He needs a minute.
He needs a minute?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, you need a
His
minute.
last pit lane time was 59.45 seconds.
Right.
It's virtually impossible.
And Marco's now got a 9-second lead over Johnny Brandon. Sorry, 8.5 over... Where's Johnny Brandon at?
Fourth.
So Brandon has come out behind Steve LaValle because Steve LaValle hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, but that means that Johnny Brandon's 9 seconds behind Marco now.
How did he do that?
Some black magic has been woven in the time that we've been talking. Is that fog or smoke?
Didn't Johnny take a shorter pit stop on his first one or his second one?
Oh, he did, yeah.
That does look like smoke. Like a haze.
Like a blown engine.
Purple haze.
Apparently not. Oh, I haven't got headlights. Hey!
Oh, it was more fun in stealth.
Slide from Ben Cullen. Oh, here we go. This is JB on Steve LaValle. Although he's suddenly not as fast. What's going on here? Oh, he is. He's been let go, I think.
Hello, Shelby.
10 seconds up the road is Marco Namela. This is Ben Cullen. I'm lighting up his tyres. Don't hit anything.
Oh,
He's managed to not hit anything. That's good.
good job.
I think that's it. Oh, no. Is that one of the chicanes? Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
The first one, or the name for that is PlayStation, is it? No.
I don't know.
The name is Forza Motorsport. This is where the ACO wants to get their esports simulation going
Yeah.
for the virtual 24 Le Mans.
Right. Okay.
That's right. That first one is called PlayStation. And the second one is Michelin, actually.
Yeah, it was a while back, PlayStation, I think. I don't even remember, but yeah, no, it's definitely Forza. Forza Motorsport is the official.
Oh, is it? Is it
Yeah.
Forza Mode? Oh.
Yeah, it's the official simulation of the Le Mans 24 and Le Mans eSport. Well done, lads.
Yeah. Took the bargain basement version of that. Who's that? Pete?
Yeah, even Formula 1
Steve.
got a better simulator than Forza.
Yeah. I think I could draw pictures that were better than Forza.
Like my horse picture.
That was sensational. That's one of those. Why are we watching Ivan Bauman's leaving pit lane? Never mind.
Probably because we can see him.
Yeah. Oh,
and
hang on. What? That's a disconnect. As in,
For
he has
sure.
Yeah.
He
He's,
definitely lost it.
lost connection. That's just horrendous.
Ah, I hate that.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Even if you're in last place, that's worse than crashing, I'll tell
It
you.
is. Yeah, you'd rather bin it, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, your horse picture was like one of those, you know, those pictures where it's just a white canvas with one black dot, and there's loads of people stood staring at it, going, "That's amazing." Your horse picture could definitely be up there with that.
It was a Clydesy.
Clancy like a Banksy, but drawn on a fag packet instead of a wall.
It looked like a cross between a orangutan and a Rottweiler. Yeah.
Steady.
It looked like a moose or something.
Feelings.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Even crap artists have got feelings, Bill.
I know. I'm sorry, Clyde. Your horse was wonderful.
You'll be sorry when I make loads of money out of it.
It was a horse? I thought it was a stickman or
It
something.
was a direct copy of the picture above it.
Yeah, it was close, really.
Had you had a stroke before you
If you're 5.
put crayon to paper?
It's a bit personal.
Not that kind of stroke.
Okay, now we got Tyler Newitt and Adam Wright together. That's interesting. I don't think they've been together yet today.
No, Adam's still
Yeah, he's still got
due a pit stop.
Oh, he hasn't stopped yet? Okay.
pit now.
Whoop.
Whoop!
You stayed on, no?
Whoop.
Whoa, maybe not.
He had a few goes at crashing at that. This is our current leader, 19.8 seconds in the lead. Clyde's abacus says that he needs to have at least a minute in order to cover off. Has he still got 2 to do?
1.
1 to do. Right, still got 1 to do.
I think Nicole Foggy
Here
and
he goes.
Jamie Wilson
He's in.
are the only 2 that really need to pit again.
Right. So it's
Foggy's in.
almost like Sam had calculated it. So, see where he ends up coming out. Ooh, a lot of lock-up from whoever that was going through the chicane there.
Ivan.
Ivan with
Bombers.
headlights, though, so you could see it. And there's
No,
Marco.
Marco looked like he went off. Looked like he should have slowed down that time.
I suppose he might have done, but he's still going to be eons ahead of
Oh, yeah,
Nicole.
for sure.
Nicole needs to fuel for 31 laps. Because that's the only way he's going to win this.
Yeah.
And hoping it goes 31, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose if it was on that bubble, you would say, if you were leading the race at that point, you just slow down, wouldn't you, until the time ticks over?
Yeah, you would have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's actually done better than I thought he would. He's come out in 4th.
Yeah, that's normal because you count 1 minute standing. But in fact, he's rolling for half of that minute. So you lose a bit less time than 1 minute, if you know,
Yeah.
understand it. So the time you went, that's gonna be a slowdown, by the way.
Yeah, looked like it. Looked like it. He's still hammering, though.
Evening to Lucas, who's just joined us on the chat. So we've got 20 minutes left. So I don't think it's going to go to 31.
And what makes you say that? Just the time that's left versus where
Yeah,
people are on track, yeah?
yeah.
Are they turning better than 4-minute laps, Clyde?
Only just.
Okay.
Good evening to Lucas on the chat. Did we know that, Lucas? Is he new?
I think he is, and I've already said that.
Oh, did you? I was distracted by
Bill the idiot.
everyone's reasonably spread out now, aren't they? It's funny, we've had some really close battles, and then that last round of pit stops has just split everybody up.
There may be, yeah, there may be a little bit of scrambling near the end, though.
Yeah, but even Tyler Newitt, who has pretty much been battling with everybody in the race, is in 5th, where he's been for a very long time, and nobody near him now. He's got 5 seconds in front of him and 8 seconds behind him. Or the other way around, I can't really figure it out.
Yeah, 7 seconds behind him, and yeah, even more than that, almost 10 or 11 ahead of him, but of course that's Foggy ahead of him. I'm sure he's got the hammer down.
Yeah, Foggy's going to be wanting to absolutely nail it past Richard Allsop as fast as he can.
For sure. Marco Namella just keeps soldiering on in first place. He's got 11 seconds over Johnny Brandon, who's in 2nd. Richard Alsop, his teammate, is in 3rd, almost 21 seconds behind. And the ever Nickel Foggy in 4th, who's 26 seconds behind.
And I think the only advantage that Nicole has got is his tyres are 2 laps newer. They're all going to be roughly on the same fuel now. Sort of lap times is he putting in? I don't know, because he's just disappeared off my screen.
Yeah, and mine.
Yeah, I don't see Foggy in there anymore. Oh, it says he's in the pit.
He is in the pit.
Was he crashed? Just gone into the pits.
I wonder if he might be hurting. Maybe, you know, he's got that injury.
Or he needs a poo.
Nah, he's probably got that. You know, he has that problem.
It's a shame if that is the case.
Gets in a lot of pain when he. I think he told us this last time, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
That's a shame. Well, it was fun to watch while he was out there, for sure. He certainly can wheel one of these suckers, I'll tell you. Of course, we can't take anything away from the master Marco Namella or Johnny Brandon, who could be a spoiler if he could get up a little closer. But he's got some pedaling to do.
To all the geeks and nerds out.
So what have we got? We're coming up on 15 minutes here shortly. To go. That is.
And Jamie Wilson's boxed the car for his final stop.
We're just trying to work out if we're.
Clyde, look in the interview room.
Look in the interview room. Aha! Okay. Let's bring in Nicole Foggy then and find out exactly what happened. Nicole Foggy, welcome to the booth.
Good day, good day.
Good day. Did you need a poo?
Nah, I'd already marked up the fuel. I thought somebody said 29 laps, but it's actually 30 laps. So plus, I think I mucked it up anyway for 29 laps. So I had to do a double stop. Man, I thought I could maybe catch Richard, at the end, but then I got blocked by somebody, Ivan, on the S's, which slowed me down a bit, and then I stopped concentrating and got slowed down on the final left-hander, and yeah, I didn't think I was going to catch him after that. Plus, my back is very sore after that.
Somebody's just gone round in the background there.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess it was... Oh, no, it was Ben Cullen, was it? I was going to say it was Hoppette, but...
Yeah, Nicole, I thought maybe you had mentioned to us last time that your recovery problem, your injury bothers you, and I wondered maybe if that was bothering you, because it's a pretty long race today.
Yeah, I've been practicing the past 3 days, I think, so I was going to try to take a break yesterday, but I wanted to try to do a bit more, and I shouldn't have done that. But it's not as bad as it was, though. It's just a bit sore, overuse.
So it's coming along, though, huh?
Definitely, it's taken a long time, but I do notice a difference, which is
good. Well, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't get the shooting pain. That was the annoying part. Like,
oh yeah, heck yeah.
Now it's just sort of muscle at the moment.
Yeah, well, you know, your tactics looked really, really interesting at the start. I don't know whether you did do it on purpose, but we thought you was the only person that was going to turn it into a 4-stopper rather than a 3. And you came out after that first stop with a 17-second lead, which then got Sam all excited because he was like, "Oh yeah, if he does this every time, he's going to do it. It's going to be a stroke of genius."
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously not.
Yeah, the pit lane is pretty long, and you get I mean, I lost. What was it? Marco was 20 seconds behind me, something like that, and then he ended up about 25 ahead of me when I came back out after my last stop. So it seems like it's a pretty long stop. So I don't think it would ever be worth 4 stops. I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to ask: was it Johnny Brandon that told you it was 29 laps?
I'll say yes. It was him. Something like that.
That was straight out of the Johnny Brandon book called "How to Stop Foggy Winning."
Well, even if Johnny Brandon didn't say it, we're going to blame him for it anyway.
Definitely.
Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, Nicole, and glad to see that you're on the mend. Obviously, next time out in this series, it's 3 super sprints, so that may be a little bit easier for you. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go and finish this race off?
Yep, XVR is always Virtual Racing Association, and I've still not checked what the rest of the sponsors are. So thanks to them as well.
Excellent. Okay then, mate. Well, go and get yourself a rest, get yourself a beer, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks very much.
Take care of yourself, matey. See you.
Thank you. See you soon.
So Nicole Foggy there. So he totally cocked up his, or should we? Let's say Johnny Brandon totally cocked up his fuel for him. And then obviously with the injury, he keeps telling us it's back and sciatica, but we know it's piles.
Preparation H needed.
Yeah. I think he's probably had a bit of an incision there around the old rusty sheriff's badge, and he can't sit down for too long, not without his pile cushion. But anyway, back to the race. 10 minutes to go. Marco Namela, barring something stupid, has this in the bag. Is Richard also closing on Johnny Brandon?
Oh, 4.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's chipped a bit
quicker,
off.
Yeah, he's been quicker in the last couple of laps, but nothing major.
I mean, you got to take your hat off to Richard Allsop. He dropped way back at the start, and he's managed to get back to where he started.
Somebody's coming in. Who is that?
That is Christopher Hoffman.
Okay, Hoffett. Okay.
Hoffett, yeah.
Hoffett. I must remember that. It is quite funny. Johnny Brandon looks like he's got damage on the right-hand side.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah.
That's very possible.
I wonder who he's got that off.
Well, he definitely doesn't seem as quick as he was in the last stint, for sure.
Yeah, which was going to be my next point. So maybe that time that Richard's taken out of him is to do with that.
Yeah, but
Very
you say
possibly.
that, he was the fastest driver on the previous lap.
Oh, well, I'll shut
He
up.
was the only one in the 359s.
Wow.
Marco did a 401.
That's a slowdown, surely.
Yeah.
It's smacks of 2 seconds worth of time, doesn't it?
I don't think Marco understands what "take it easy" means. You know,
Nah.
really.
Just let me drive.
Well, I'll tell you, it's amazing. When the chips are down, he seems to come through. I'll tell you, he's an
Yeah.
amazing chauffeur.
I'll be back shortly.
Cheers. Let's see who else we got through there.
Yeah, just looking at the times, just to see if we're going to get any battles. Marco Lewert's not that far behind Jamie Wilson.
No, he's pretty close.
Although Jamie Wilson is on fresh tyres.
He might have a shot at Nikolai too. Well, that's 18 seconds. That's quite a bit. Walker and Wright could happen. They're pretty close. Six seconds, maybe not. How about Wayne Sanderson and Steve LaValle? 4 seconds. Jeez. Pretty spread out here at the moment, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, Marco Lewert, Jamie Wilson is the closest battle on track, just under a second. And as if by magic, there it is on your screen.
Yep.
Now, Marco's in the tow, so there is definitely a possibility here.
I guess so, yeah.
Let's stay on board with Marco for this lap whilst nothing else is going on.
He's coming down toward the Mulsanne Straight right now.
Yeah, perfect example so far of how patient you have to be, and then now it's just put your foot through the footwell.
There are spots on this track that aren't all wide open like this area here for sure. The Kentucky Fried Chicken Straight.
Yeah, you see he's in the tow now. He's actually topping out.
Yep.
Yeah, this could be on. This could be on.
I think Jamie went a bit wide on the front straight and got slowed down. As they are slower than Marco and Mela, which is the reference point for slowdown, we might have got a smaller one that Marco or joined. So, yeah, sure.
Here we're coming into the Michelin chicane.
Good line through there from Marco.
Jamie did that one pretty well as well. Heading down for my nemesis corner. Mulsanne.
Yeah, I think Marco Nemela has just started the penultimate lap.
So it is going to go. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so he's
No,
on and
it's
on
gonna
now.
be 30, yeah.
29, yeah.
He was hard on the brakes that time, locked it up a little bit.
Yeah. Front right lock up from Jamie Wilson.
This also is a very quick part of the track.
He's really in the tow now.
Boy, is he ever.
He's going to have a huge amount of overspeed if he doesn't top out.
Maybe he's up.
He doesn't need to do it now, does he?
No, next lap.
He's better off doing it on the last lap.
That's
Yeah.
right, exactly.
You think he's going to wait?
No.
can never assume anything, can you?
I don't know if I'd ever use Marco Lewert and patience in the same sentence, to be honest.
And welcome to the Porsche curves.
Really love that statement. I wrote that one down. I like that.
Ooh, that's a bit tasty from Marco Lewert. He was losing his grip there.
Yeah, Jamie's got fresher tyres.
Right.
That's
I'll
his
explain that
advantage.
Yeah.
Now here, this next section is the trickiest part of the track, in my opinion. Hey,
This is my worst corner. That one.
Oh, yeah. You always go off there.
But obviously we see Jamie make that mistake, which got him off cycle and onto a totally different pit strategy. But he must be thinking, I've driven an hour and 55 minutes, minding my own business, and the last 5 minutes, I've got somebody up my chuff.
Yeah, really. Another corner's really easy to blow. This one.
I hate this one.
Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
always wash out there. And here, I'm too girly.
And the one at the bottom of the hill is tough too. This one right here.
I like this one. It's another one with a lot of camber on. And
Yeah.
once you get the confidence, it's a really good corner. Don't like this one. The rest of the track, I'm alright with.
Yeah, Marco's dropped way back now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He is going to be in the tow, but he's not in an advantageous position.
He's not going to get enough to overtake, but it's going to drag him back up again.
We're in the KFC section.
Yeah, it's on the left there.
See, topped out there.
Yep.
I can't believe in France, a place that's noted for food that's got a Kentucky Fried Chicken there. God. That's an oxymoron, I'll tell you right there.
If you're looking for Kentucky Fried Escargot.
That's a weird one that I don't understand, actually. Just away from racing. How France is so renowned for its food. I can't stand French food.
Yeah,
French food.
I'm not crazy for it either because they use a lot of wine and everything.
Yeah.
Wine is fine, but in cooking, I don't really care for it.
I put it in virtually everything.
Exactly.
Wine's
I put it on my breakfast cereal if I could.
Wine's okay to drink with your dinner, but not in your food. I don't know, for some reason. Everybody's different, though, I guess. But they should do it our way.
Look how much better on the brakes Marco is.
Wow.
Actually, I just thought of something French that I do like.
Hang on, let me guess. No, don't know.
French fries.
They're American, you idiot.
Well, they're obviously French, otherwise they'd be called American.
If you were to have said pommes frites to me, then I'd have been alright with that.
You know what? He probably likes French crawlers, too.
Yeah.
It's like Sam trying to claim chips for Belgium. It's wrong.
Here we go again. Don't get Sam going about
We've been
this.
down this route at least 3 times.
Oh, my goodness.
I won't
on,
say anything.
We've got a whole
thank
lap
you.
to get him angry.
I'm already angry, man. I'm desperate to get some food right now. So if you start talking about freeze, I'm gonna leave you and just see you next week. And yeah, just cut off the broadcast now.
Let's see how many of the notes you remember from the other day there, Clyde. What did he say we do? Pull the plug?
I'm going to get everybody to PM Sam and ask him about chips.
Yeah.
So,
See if anybody's ever heard of Belgian fries.
Close your private mail down now, Sam.
So this is the last lap, right?
Yeah, Marco Mamaya is over halfway through the final lap.
There he is.
Coming into Indianapolis now, looking at that.
Got a few more kilometers to
No,
do on his
stop.
way to victory.
Yep. Now he is.
I think Jamie Wilson has done enough with the Marco Lewert battle, so let's stay on the leader till the end.
He's got himself a very handsome, well, call it 14.
Oh!
All right, call it 13.
Wow.
If you want me to be wrong, I can be wrong at any point. So 13-second lead over Johnny Brandon as he approaches the Porsche curves.
Look at Ryan Walker up 9 positions. Good for him.
Yeah, that is impressive. He's
That's very good.
Biggest forward mover we've got.
Ben Cullen went up 6. That's excellent.
I know we're a little bit biased with Ryan because he's, fellow commentator, but he's a dark horse, isn't he? He doesn't light up any timing screens or anything like that, but it's very rarely you see him go backwards in a race.
That's a damn good performance, I'll tell you.
So through the first chicane, into the second chicane, crowd are going wild. Hey!
Look at him. Don't put it in the wall, Marco.
Well
all right.
done, Marco de Mela.
Well, yes, excellent.
Okay, there's Johnny Brandon coming home in second. Richard Alsop in third. He wasn't actually that far behind him.
No, he was catching him.
The baby-faced assassin.
And Tyler Newitt's going to bring it home in fourth. Well done, matey. Wait a minute, he hasn't gotten there yet. Hold on. Okay, here he comes. All right, good job. Don't put it in the wall, whatever you do. Okay.
No point in tie woman now, Tyler. It's done.
Very good performance by Tyler Newitt. 4th place. That's excellent. Here comes Rich Warmingham in 5th. Our own Wayne Sanderson hasn't got here yet. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah.
Wow, he's got
Steve Lavalle's teammate
right on his
behind
tail,
him.
yeah. Okay, Wayne Sanderson in 6th. And here comes Ryan Walker after a really good performance. Nice job, Ryan Walker. Good job. Well done. And that's Adam Wright, his teammate, in 9th. Nikolai Bogotyrev in 10th. No, not yet. Sorry. You never know with Nikolai. We have to let him get there first. Kidding. He's improved so much. Incredible. And there he is, across the line in 10th. And Jamie Wilson finished 11th, right ahead of Marco Lewert in 12th.
And I think that
Ben Cullen's already gone over.
Yeah, I think Ben Cullen finished in the pits.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the last finisher. So, so we had all sorts going on there. Nicole nearly fooled us into thinking that he was doing an alternative strategy when he wasn't. He was just informed wrong. I thought that was a fantastic race.
Have to agree with you.
Yeah, it was we need to remember that this is a 2-hour Le Mans, and whilst it was 30 laps in total, that's a huge amount of time behind the wheel, and a lot of concentration. You do get time on this track to let your mind wander a little bit, but ultimately, what an effort from these guys.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. So, quickly run you down the official finishing order. So, Marco Nemela, Racecraft Esports, takes the win. Johnny Brandon second, XVR Sim Racing. Richard Alsop third, Racecraft Esports. Tyler Newitt fourth for XVR. Rich Warmingham fifth, XVR Sim Racing. And Wayne Sanderson in sixth for XVR Sim Racing Black. Ryan Walker, seventh, Team Down Under. Adam Wright, eighth, Privateer, but he's not a privateer, he's Team Down Under. Steve Lavalley in ninth for XVR Sim Racing Black. Nikolai Bogotyrev in 10th, and he is a privateer. Jamie Wilson, 11th, Team Chimera. Marco Lewert, VTS Germany in 12th. Ben Cullen, privateer in 13th. Ivan Bauman's 14th for Track Velocity Racing. Nicole Foggy was classified 15th for XVR Sim Racing. Christopher Hoffett for Vulcan Esports in 16th. And Woodward for Never Quit Racing B in 17th. Andrew Hoffman for Vulcan Esports in 18th. Tony Kloosterman was classified 19th for NQRA, and Lane O'Connor classified 20th for XVR Sim Racing Black. Chris Jackson and Pete Bingham obviously didn't take the start. So I think Marco Nemela is back from his smoke. So, Pete, let's bring in our race winner, Marco Nemela.
Good evening, Marco.
Hello.
So, after all the shenanigans with Nicole Foggy taking a different strategy, were you concerned that his strategy could be a good one, or did you know that he was onto almost a lost leader, to be honest, because whilst it put him in the lead for a while, it still worked out that he wasn't going to finish ahead of you?
Yeah, I don't think he was gonna. He had one extra pit stop because of the early pit stops. So yeah.
And sorry, go on.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about that at all. And then when I passed Brandon, I knew I just needed to be close to him, and I would get like 5 seconds on Brandon, so on the pit. So I wasn't worried at all.
And in terms of your scrap with Johnny, how many slowdowns did you get compared to what you knew of Johnny getting as slowdowns?
I got one slowdown on right at the end of the race.
Just won the entire race?
Yeah.
Wow. Good God. If only I could drive like that.
We get one a lap.
If not more. So yeah, you stuck with your strategy from the start. Did it put you off that Johnny pitted? Did he pit a lap earlier than you at the start?
No, he pit that same lap on first time. Second time, I think he pit that lap earlier. That's why I had about 4 or 5 seconds on the last pit stop on Johnny. So.
Okay. How did you find the race tonight? Was it a race that you found exciting, or one where you kind of checked out and didn't see anybody for a while?
Yeah, it was all under control. Like I didn't have anything to worry the whole race. The last stint was I was basically watching the relative, and I didn't even try to drive. So yeah.
Right. And Richard, he got a bag full of slowdowns at the start. We know he doesn't come in for chats, so He got a bag full of slowdowns right at the start, which put him right down the field. But he managed to fight his way back to his original starting position.
Yeah, I think Richard actually had a similar pace than me throughout the race, but the slowdowns were the difference. And also, Richard's new name should be Richard P3 also.
Why does he keep finishing third? Does he?
Well, he's called himself Richard Black Flags Allsop.
Right. That's good. I like that. So, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and join us for interviews during the week?
Racetech, you guys, RKE, Richard, and all the drivers. Yeah, thanks.
Very good. And thank you very much. Marco Namela, congratulations, our race winner.
Thanks.
Okay, so next up we will bring in second place Johnny Brandon. Welcome to the booth.
Evening.
Good evening. So first off, second position. You keep bagging those points. That third championship is, well, let's say it's most definitely within your grasp.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I suppose anything can happen. Now, we had Nicole in earlier, and apparently he quit because you told him to put the wrong fuel in.
You come back in laughing, saying he blamed me.
And there's just been a little bit of a discussion on the chat, and obviously I've explained to everybody that he's got irritable bowel syndrome and piles, so he had to go for a poo. But let's get back to the race, shall we? So, right,
His issues. He might have a problem, but yeah.
right at the start, obviously the three of you, yourself, Marco, and Nicole, got a bit of a breakaway. Nobody seemed that interested in overtaking anybody. We
were really slow. Marco was saving fuel in front, and we were both saving fuel behind him.
Yeah, I was going to say,
And
we've
it was,
heard from you
yeah.
in the past. You say you're particularly heavy-footed in this car, so
Yeah.
we sort of guessed that you was just going to save every ounce
I
of
had
fuel
to.
that you could.
Yeah.
And what the thing that we didn't see, and we're guessing it was possibly a slowdown or something, but you and Marco were close all the time. I think we see you get a slowdown and drop about 2.5 seconds behind.
Yeah,
and
that
then
killed
after
me.
that last
basically.
round of pit stops, it was massive.
Yeah, because once I made that one mistake, and it was just a big sort of lock up into that final chicane. It destroyed my front tyres, and then it put me 2.5 seconds behind, and then that's it. I've lost the tow, and then I can't save fuel anymore. Then I'm in trouble. So the only hope I had was to sort of pit the lap earlier to try and get back onto Marco, which was the plan. And then I did it again. And lost the slipstream again, and then that was it. And I ended up doing it 5 times. So once I come out on that last pit stop, I was 10 seconds behind. I was like, all right, that's it. Just cruise to the end. And then I had to fuel save the whole last in to make it because I was on my own. That's how bad I am on the fuel. So when I crossed the line at the end, I had 0.2 gallons left.
Okay, so was you slightly worried that Richard Allsop might catch you at the end then?
No, only if I made a mistake. I was just cruising around. So just tried not to run out of fuel, basically. So I made a little mistake, I think, with about 2 or 3 laps to go. Did the same thing, got another slowdown. I think I had 5 slowdowns, all in the same place. And that made it close. That brought him from like 8 seconds to 5 seconds or something. And I was oh, okay, this is getting a bit risky now because I've got to save a bit of fuel. So it was a little bit touch and go on the last couple, but yeah, I think it was all right.
And obviously that was our last endurance race of season 9. We've just got the madness of the super sprints at Watkins Glen to come.
Famous last words, but I like the super sprints more than the endurance because my lead foot doesn't come into play.
Just thinking about the championship and thinking about the first person to take the championship away 3 times. It's got to be yours to lose now, hasn't it?
Probably. Yeah, I think I've got a nice lead. But, anything can happen.
You're right. We've seen it before. It can be an absolute nightmare of a 3 race session for anybody, can't it?
Yeah, I think I've got to probably have 2 disastrous races to lose it. And it depends how many people turn up. That's the negative to the end of this season. It seems a few people have dropped out, and even if I come 10th, it's probably not the end of the world. If I come in last or something, you know what I mean? I'm only going to be 4th, 10th, or 15th, and it's not the end of the world. Whereas in previous seasons, you'd have been 25th, 24th, and then it's a big problem. But anything can happen. There was people in this race tonight that were making things exciting and causing some issues. Won't name any names, but there was a lot of screaming going on in our Discord.
Well,
so you never know what can happen with
have a look
at different tracks.
Have a look at. I don't know if you watched the broadcast, but about halfway through the race, Ivan Bauman has got no headlights, and he does many, many, many laps with no headlights, and it is hilarious. It is like proper stealth mode. It's brilliant.
I hope he wasn't shining a torch at his screen, thinking that would work.
Well, we think he had a lighter out of the window or something like that.
That's it.
But congratulations on your 2nd place. And another big bag full of points. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go? Make sure you get all your sponsors in because Nicole always forgets who they are.
I was going to say Nicole's sponsor at the moment is some sort of rubbing cream, if we're being polite. But yeah.
Yeah, well, he knows all about
that. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. I'll have a look at it back. It's a bit of a long one, but I'm sure I'll watch it. And XVR, all my teammates, Nicole for being such a mathematician, allowing me to get some points. JB Data Engineering, Simortal, Virtual Racing Association. I'm forgetting someone. Host 365. Yeah.
Excellent.
And congratulations to Marco. So I wish I could have given him a better race, but you make a couple of mistakes against someone like Marco, that's game over.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but that's how it should be. So he didn't make the mistakes. So fair play to him.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what you guys up the front want, isn't it?
Exactly. That's it. It's he did really well there, and I was doing well, and I was pretty confident right up to that one mistake, and it cost you. When you think a 2-hour-long race and one mistake can cost you the race.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. And
exactly.
And brilliant. Well done.
Okay then, Johnny. Always a pleasure talking to you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Cheers. Okay, Pete. So next up, we will bring in for you the baby-faced assassin, 4th place, Tyler Newitt.
Hello, everybody.
Evening, Tyler. So you managed to squeeze yourself out of 4th place out of that. You seem to be in constant battles. I think I had this conversation with you the last time. It was incessant battles all the way through. Most of them with your own teammates or XVR cars at the very least. And it went on all race until right at the end, and then you were left in a bit of a no man's land of nothing, trying to chase down Richard Allsop.
Yeah. So I'd just like to say this before we get started. A big no thank you to Marco Nurmela and Johnny Brandon for having absolutely no faith in me. And I'm going to put this here. I think a little bit just their own insecurities with their ability to drive a poor handling race car, because all week it's been Johnny and Marco saying, no, you got to run max wing. The tires are going to be gone. You won't be able to drive it. It's going to kill you. And it worked just fine for me to have the wing nice and low, and really was I think the big difference maker in all those battles that I was in. Even when Richard Alsop was working his way back through, I kind of kept tabs with him through a whole stint there, just because I could pull back in front of him on the straights with my lower wing and fend him off through the twisty bits, because it wasn't that much of a difference. And I even ended up running a slightly higher wing than I had originally intended, because Johnny was so adamant that max wing is going to be better and you got to run max wing. So just proving the haters wrong, I think, is what I like to do.
Yeah, it sounds like you're gonna win out on that one, because 4th place is a brilliant result. Richard Alsop went into, was it the first chicane or it was second chicane? He forced the issue when you'd already kind of overtaken him, and you definitely touched on the screen. I don't know whether it came across like that in the simulator, and he cut across the corner. Any other standout moments that were like that?
That was the big one, and that's no, I have no issue with Richard there. I mean, he was perfectly justified being alongside, and I had probably carried a little bit more speed than I intended, just being on the inside line there. I got a 0x contact out of it, and that's one of those no harm, no foul type of deals. So hopefully he feels the same way. But there really wasn't too much, because for the most part, besides Richard, I was racing my teammates all day. It was through the first stint, we kind of had a nice train going there. We figured Rich was probably the quickest, so we let him go in front, and then he kept getting off tracks and slow down. So I ended up kind of taking the point on that. And Rich pitted a lap early, I think, on the first round of pit stops, so he jumped us all again, and I kind of gapped Steve and Wayne after that, and it was just a matter of chasing Rich and Rich back down, and I caught one of them, and I didn't catch the other, but I think that's pretty much where my pace was all day. I didn't really have the pace for Richard Alsop, but I think I did have the setup to keep him honest while I was in his toe. So yeah, I think this is pretty much where the best I could have hoped for. Definitely appreciate Foggy and his issues giving me a top 4 instead of a top 5. So yeah, I'm pretty content.
Yeah, it was a good effort tonight, and you got lots and lots of footage because you were in such constant battling. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Of course, to you guys for putting on the broadcast, putting on the league. It's a lot of fun. Thanks to XVR minus Johnny. It's some good practice. Thanks to our sponsors, Immortal, JB Data Engineering, and all the others that John said in the interview before me. Yeah, thanks.
Well, thank you very much. Our 4th place finisher, Tyler Newitt.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so next up we will get in fellow BSTV commentator and biggest mover on the night, up 9 places to 8th, Ryan Walker. Welcome to the booth.
Evening, guys.
So Ryan, we from what I remember, we didn't see you that often. You just seem to stealth your way through the field.
Yeah, I just went into the race with the plan of starting at the back, since I've not raced around here that much not raced around here at all with the V8 supercar. I've raced other stuff, but the V8 supercar was my first time, so just decided to be safe and just start at the back and just try and keep out of trouble. And yeah, thankfully it worked out and managed to finish in P7, I believe.
Oh, I've got you in P8 for some reason. Anybody else got Ryan in 7th?
8th for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
me too.
Let's not argue over one place. Did you have any moments in that race, Ryan? Because we didn't really see any. We was just talking to Tyler, and Tyler seemed to battle every car on track. But like I say, you was a little bit under the radar tonight.
Yeah, I had a couple of good battles. I had a good battle with Jamie Wilson in the early stages of the race, and I don't know what happened to him in the at the first set of pit stops. I guess he must have got held up by I think it was Chris Hoffman. He got held up by, and then in the second part of the race, I was having a good battle with Wayne Saunderson and Steve LaValle from XVR, which I really enjoyed. It was good to be up there battling the likes of those guys, considering they're really quick. And then, due to a back marker, I think, again, it was Chris Hoffman. I believe he's new, but just getting in the way and being a pain in the arse was a bit frustrating and caused me to lose time. But that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's right. That is racing. And 2 weeks' time, Watkins Glen Super Sprint races. Anything can happen. Are you? First of all, are you going to be with us? And secondly, what are you like round? I was going to say Ryan's Glen then. Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'll do. All being well as it stands, I'll be there for the final round of the season, and it's one of my favourite tracks of this car as well. I've never been quick, but it's just like this, like Le Mans. It's always been a joy to lap around. So yeah, all being well, and as it stands, I'll be there for sure.
Excellent, always good to hear. So, before we let you go, Ryan, any shout outs you'd like to give?
A shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and to the people that put on the league, and shout out to my teammate Adam Wright, who finished in the 9th place as well, to make it a good day and a good round of points for the team down on team down under. Sorry.
Excellent. Okay, well, thanks for joining us in the booth. Congratulations on your, we think it's 8th place, and also congratulations on being the biggest mover in the field. We will catch you on Wednesday. So thank you very much, Ryan. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Guys, see you on Wednesday.
Whoops.
I know how that happens now, because I've already clicked onto somebody and I'm ready to drop them into the interview room. They bin themselves. It ended up binning me, but anyway, never mind. So let's get in now. The man that is far too obsessed with Princess Pete, and give him the chance to talk to his dream girl, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
We're going with this again, are we?
Yeah. So you got quite a lot of footage tonight, albeit some of it was crashing.
I was going to say, I've seen the footage. It wasn't.
Yeah. All in all, though, you move forward 6 places, 13th place finish. You can't be disheartened by that, because that's a good result, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better than I thought. Obviously, bit of fortune with the issue with Lane and Tony at the start, and then obviously with Nicole pulling out as well. That's 3 places that probably wasn't entitled to. I think I just got to the limit of, I have to concentrate so hard with this car, and I got to the limit towards the end.
Yeah, it's quite an intense lap, even if you have got long straights where you can let your brain do something else. Were there any corners you struggled with in particular?
1 through to 16, I think.
Yeah, 16, yeah.
Really? That wasn't straight.
Yeah. And even then,
Did you not watch? I was struggling on the straight.
Did you encounter Ivan Batmobile Bowman's or not?
Yeah, I was tempted to be a shining beacon and just stay with him, but I thought that's a bit.
Yeah, I've only just realised that his name is Batman without the T, if you know what I mean. No man.
So he will now be known as Ivan Batmans.
He will, won't he? And I think that's cool. But anyway, he was driving around with no headlights for a while, which was hilarious.
That was terrific.
For quite a while as well. It was funny. And we saw you spear off towards the end, actually. You did rather well in not crashing spectacularly for quite a long time, but then drove it into the wall on a spin out of one of the chicanes. I can't remember which chicane it was now.
Yeah, that was Forza, the first one.
Oh, was it Forza? Right. Okay.
Yeah, that was really like 13 minutes left, I think.
Yeah.
I'd just done my last pit stop, and Marco and Jamie were 3.5 seconds down the road. I was pushing to try and catch them because that's who I've been battling the whole race. And that's just where it was. Chasing the car in front, accelerate a bit too quick.
Yeah, generally you want to be racing the track, not the car in front, and just racing your own pace around, well, every track really, I suppose.
Yeah.
Look at me giving out the wise man, and I can't even get around without crashing.
Really hard.
Where was you this before I did it? Like, it's no good telling me now.
Oh, right, sorry. Replay this the next time you race.
Okay.
Where do you think you could have got to or should have got to in the race? Or are you at your point?
Maybe pipped Marco. Maybe. That's because we were chopping and changing positions the whole race. So I will say maybe have got him, but that'll be about it. Nobody else.
Okay, well that's fair. That means you've done really well. Go on, Clyde.
Namela.
Yeah, who else did you think?
Oh dear, that's funny. Anyway.
Glad you caught on that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anybody you'd like to thank other than Ivan Batmans, sorry.
No, I do have a question though.
Go on.
What's this about Belgian chips?
We argue the fact that they don't actually exist.
Yeah, goodbye, Ben. See you next time. Have a good one.
Found Sam's trigger point, have we?
Yeah,
slightly.
He's a bit sensitive about it.
That's the fastest I've ever heard him react to something.
And the loudest he's ever spoken.
Exactly.
So, other than the Belgian Fries Company, anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to say, obviously, thank you to you guys for putting on the stream and the commentary. Backfire, VTech, Racetech. You guys for putting the time in. Sam for doing all the camera work. All the drivers, we're having a good chat in the meeting room between. Obviously, you've got Marco and stuff like that who are rapid, but always happy to help and put things on and give hints and tips. It's a good bunch of guys to race with. So just thanks to Racetech and Backfire Simsport and you.
Great result, Ben. 13th place, unlucky for some, but not for you. And 6th place is made, so our second highest mover, forward mover, obviously, for the race. So congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, let's get rid of Ben before he gets the wrath of Sam anymore. So as I said, I really enjoyed that. I do like the endurance races. I like the tactical side of them. I know people like the hustle and bustle and crashing of the super sprints, but I like the endurance racing. I think Marco Namela again proved league of his own at the moment, because that can quite easily turn round. Would have been nice to see Nicole Foggy on a correct pit strategy and to see what he had for Marco. A great result overall for the RKE team, as well as the XVR teams, all bagging plenty of points. I think a great drive from Ryan Walker. Up there 9 places from his starting position. Decided not to start. Not to qualify and to start somewhere near the back, and to do that was really good. But he did it by staying out of trouble. I don't think it was a too bad a debut for Christopher Hoffman, or Hoffett as we have renamed him. And absolutely hilarious watching Ivan Batman's run around with no headlights. That was really good. Although it must have just been at our end because Ivan seems to think that he had headlights. But for us anyway, it was hilarious. Pete, you sum up the race for us.
A really good outing at Le Mans. Again, the guys showed how much class they hold, given the fact that this car is a beast to control at the best of times, and then ploughing it into chicanes and hairpin bends, or nearly hairpin bends, 90-degree turns in the dark on a slick track, really. You don't get that much grip at Le Mans. You do get some, but you don't get loads. It's one of the most iconic tracks on the planet. These V8s are probably one of the most hard to control cars on the service, and these guys did a fantastic job of that. They were entertaining all the way. Like I said before, Tyler Newitt got more footage than everyone else because he was in the thick of it for a huge amount of laps, and very exciting racing. The tactics that were involved, I agree with you, make it fantastic to watch because you're wondering who's going to come out where, whether they're going to win, whether they're going to get mullered by somebody else, or whether they've just calculated it terribly wrong. I was engaged for the entire time, so I'd like to thank all the racers for turning up tonight and giving us such a great show.
Yeah, indeed. So just before we go to Bill, I wonder if Sam could just get some footage of Ivan Batman's on for us because he's not convinced that he didn't have any headlights. So
yeah, I tried, but
you can't get it though.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have to find some laps where he is.
Okay, well, if you can't do it, doesn't matter. I'm sure he will watch the
There you
stream
go.
anyway. Right, so we've found it.
Yep.
Bill, whilst we giggle at Ivan, sum up the race for us.
Well,
There
Pete
he is.
Pete covered it pretty well. Of course, when the end came near, our hero Marco Namella really shone. He was there at the end, made virtually no mistakes. What did he say? He had one slowdown. Whoopee. God, unbelievable. But anyway, put on a great show. Was glad to see Nicole Foggy back. And as Clyde, you mentioned, would have been nice for him to been able to go head-to-head with him and see how he could have done. And, of course, Johnny Brandon did a pretty decent job, too, coming in second. He fell back a little bit, but nobody got near him, so he did a good job as well. Hats off to our colleague commentator Ryan Walker for increasing 9 places and virtually staying out of trouble. Well done, really well done. And to Hoffett, he had a little difficult night, but it's his first night with these guys. Excuse me, and it'll get better as you go along. So, really happy all the drivers came out. I like enduros as well. More can happen. A lot of strategy. Things can change. And it's not just an alien show. I mean, you have people that can really climb up and have a nice finishing position after 2 hours that normally in a sprint race finish like near the end. So I like them as well. So nighttime, not so sure. It certainly adds another stick to the fire, but I usually like in the daytime. But of course, it was fun to have our stealth driver out there. Ivan Batman's doing his job out there. So anyway, hopefully our last race of the season will be just as exciting with the 3 sprint at Watkins Glen, which I believe it will be, the super sprint. Watkins Glen, of course, is one of my favorite tracks too. I've been there many times in person. It's a great venue, and thanks for everybody coming out and watching tonight.
Excellent. So, Sam, not that many incidents, but plenty of overtakes. Obviously, helped by the long straights and the toes, and obviously the giggling at Ivan Batman's and his lack of forward vision. Not a bad night for you on the cameras.
Yeah, pretty quiet night. The first part of the race, the first half was a bit busy, but the second half was a bit easier for me. And overall, way easier than the GT4 CR or even the VRA GTCC. So yeah, pretty quiet night.
Excellent. Right, so what have we got coming up for you folks on BSTV?
Belgian freeze.
Don't start me on Chip, because you know you'll get upset. Wednesday, GT4 TCR action from Imola. That's bound to be a fantastic race, and if it's not a fantastic race, Pete will have another fantastic paint on his car, so well worth tuning in just to see what that is.
Thought we were at Sebring.
No, not in
No?
the GT4s. Listen to Uncle Clyde.
Okay
then. Then next Friday we are back in V8 action, but with the official iRacing V8 Supercar Series and the Friday night European Strength of Field race, which is from Spa. So Tony Klusterman will be really excited about that one. And then next Sunday, we are in VRA GTCC action from Sebring, Pete. I am making my debut in the series, as is my teammate in BSTV Forza Haggis, Scott Malcolm.
Rip the drivers.
Be sure to tune into that one and give us plenty of abuse, because we thrive on that. We love it.
We will do glide.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. For tonight, thanks to Racetech, our series sponsor. Thanks to all the drivers that turned up. Thanks to Bill, Pete, and Sam for joining me in the booth. Thanks to everybody on the chat. We always say it. We do appreciate your comments, and we love the banter. Incidentally, Stacey's asking if Pete's going to be wearing a dress again. I think the question is, when is Pete going to take the dress off? So it's a bit like that. Make sure you give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, and make sure you follow our Facebook channel. Then you will never miss one of our broadcasts. Make sure you visit our merch store. Christmas is coming. Dig deep and see if you can get your loved ones something very unique for Christmas. I've been Clyde Whiting. I'm going to say good night. I'll let the guys say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast. So thanks for watching, and good night.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yes, indeed. Good night, everybody. Have a good one, and looking forward to seeing you all back on Wednesday, hopefully.
Yep, thanks for watching, everyone. See you Wednesday then.